All right, and we are starting up the stream here. It is James from SGTCG at Sully's Abode here. Currently, they're getting ready with announcements, but welcome to the locals. Leo, hello. Welcome to the stream. We'll kick it over to the players. We got Easy Quill, which is Ezekiel,
All right. You
known
want
local,
to do a high
and
roll?
Dashkin
I
here.
can't.
Oh,
I don't have any audio.
no audio?
No
Hey,
audio.
James.
No audio.
Both sides?
No audio.
On one side, what about the other one?
Both.
Got some audio issues here.
Yeah, can you try saying something? I don't think I could hear you either.
Huh?
Yeah, see, I can't hear him either.
Talk again?
Nothing.
You can't hear him?
I can't hear him, he can't hear me.
Interesting. Hold on here a second.
I can't hear anything from you or
Yeah.
from.
We're not supposed to hear him, but we should hear each other is the goal.
That's kind of important.
Yeah. But we can't hear each other.
I don't want to take it off. All right, just some technical difficulties with audio, but we are good now. Okay, so players are getting ready for their dice roll right now. Okay, so yeah, we got Ezekiel on the left on a buggy and Dashkin on the right with OP10 Trafalgar Law, which is going to be a very interesting matchup here. Buggy versus Law. Not sure how Law's going to fare with the amount of fast-paced body placing it can do. You want to commentate? All right, so looks like Ezekiel is going to start off here with the Mr. 3 Searcher here. Looking for a Baroque Works, and looks like ends up grabbing a Mr. 1, which is the vanilla that usually gets played off the 7-drop croc. So mainly just trying to find his pieces here, especially if he's trying to get to his 10-drop. And Dashkin's probably going to do his own search here with the Bonnie Searcher here. Looking for a Supernova, top 5 Supernova search, and this searcher can search itself, unlike a lot of different other searches here. So I have not seen an updated Trafalgar Law list at all in a while, to be honest with you, but ends up grabbing that promo Luffy from the first event packs from when the game was first starting out. which I believe gets itself, and look it up here. I forgot exactly what the ability is on that card. But I know it is used in Sabo. So yeah, this character gains plus 2,000 when you attach Sudan. So it just essentially makes up a 7k. So ends up attaching a Don on that Mr. 3 to make sure that it clears the Bonnie in case Dashkin wanted to protect it. And it just swings 7 at his life there, and it ends up connecting. So going down to 3 life. Again, Buggy's main plan of strategy is essentially what Law wants to do, and that's essentially flood the board so that his 10 drop can be able to stick on board without bottom decking itself. And Dashkin's essentially trying to be able to flood the board to be able to use his Law leader ability for a room, bouncing characters back and being able to utilize the searches and not play out rush cards. So ends up clearing that Mr. 3 so that Ezekiel won't be able to put enough more pressure on his own leader here. And Law taking another life here, which is very interesting. So this finally does that Law leader, which is going to do the pitch a card, play out a Baroque Works. So ends up playing that 7-drop promo Buggy, which is going to allow him to play out the Mr. 1 here. And this is going to be very difficult for Dashkin now because typically Law likes to play a lot of low-cost characters like the Rush Zoro and other searchers. And now Zoro will be unable to swing since that promo Buggy does not allow 4 costs or less to swing. So ends up just swinging 5, ends up connecting after he establishes this Basil, which is going to be very good for Dashkin here because that's essentially going to be one of the only things that is able to swing currently. Yeah, so Buggy can play any cross-guild character from his hand, but it has to be cross-guild. It can't be just Baroque Works. So it has to meet a requirement, so I did make a mistake on that. And again, this is just currently all in the favor of Easy Cool with this promo Buggy. So if Dashkin cannot get rid of this thing, he won't essentially be able to put any type of pressure on Ezekiel at all. And you do see Ezekiel establishing this other Mr. 1, which allows him to draw 2 and trash another 2. So being able to filter the hand here. Another good card that I have seen Buggy players use is utilizing the stage card. Currently can't remember the name of it, but it's a drop 2 to the bottom, draw another 2. Such a good cycle card. Can't remember if it came out in 10 or 9. I believe it was in 9. The Empty Bluff Islands. So we do see a 5k at leader, and he ends up countering with the Tashigi there, and now Ezekiel is doing another 1-cost search here, looking for another cross guild member. And ends up grabbing Mochi. It's an interesting one. Mochi will look at the top 5 cards of the deck, reveal up to 1 Richie, add it to the hand, and place the rest at the bottom, and then he can play a Richie from hand. So being able to search and play out another body. But essentially, it's just a 2k typically, unless you absolutely need another 5-cost body on the field. And Dashkin here is flooding the board with a bunch of Shirayas here. It's been a minute since, again, I've seen a lot of these cards. Let's see here. Shirayas, after your opponent declares an attack and you arrest this, it gets the same power as the leader, so it'll just become a 5k blocker. And you do see a 7k swing from Dashkin here, and looks like Ezekiel might have a trigger here, maybe a Red Rock or Gravity Blade. And if it was a bottom decking event, he essentially would have needed to have picked the Tashigi, because if he picked any other card, the Tashigi can rest itself to be able to protect it. Which is a very great addition to this Law deck. So Tashigi's a very great card overall. Obviously known as a kid protector for the most part. Leo have been very good lately. Haven't really been playing as much, commentating more often than not. And you do see Ezekiel starting to put pressure on Dashkin here. 7K to his life. And that's the good thing about all these cross-skilled, buggy type characters, since majority of them are like a 5-7 attack stat. It's just very menacing to look down, especially if you can't deal with them. You got another 7K to face. Oh yeah, Tashigi does only protect greens, which essentially is Basil, but Basil will protect itself. Goes to show you how much I actually use green green decks. What's going on, Moose? Welcome to the stream. We do see Ezekiel starting to put more pressure, swinging 6, and he does use the Shariah to essentially copy his attack, but is just going to let it go to trash. He could have protected it if he wanted to with a 1. And we do see another 7-drop buggy playing out another Mr. 1 Daz Bones, which is a 5-7 vanilla. So Ezekiel essentially has full control of the game here, being able to flood and not letting Dashkin swing at all with these promo buggies. And Ezekiel has been trying to make this deck work for the longest time and currently doing its thing right now. And we do see the Eustace Captain Kid being placed on Dash's side here, which has an ability to activate main, being able to play out, I believe, a 3 or less. Typically, it's usually like a Rosinante blocker or a Tashigi. And this would be a good thing that he has the Tashigi established, because if he tries to red rocket, Tashigi can't rest to protect the kid. And we do see that Rush Zoro attempting to swing. So it looks like this is the first time seeing the promo buggy. But yeah, the buggy itself will not allow the Zoro to swing, since their leader is a buggy. As long as it's a character with the cost of 3 or 4. So if he had a 2 cost, he definitely could slam all the Dawn on there and swing. So now starts pressuring with the Basil, since that is the only thing that he can actually swing at. I believe possibly the best thing was probably trying to pressure some of these bodies on Ezekiel's side here. So ends up, I believe that's Sables, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to allow him to bounce a character back. Sables, activate the main card. So yeah, Sables is an activate main, or a main, return up to 1 character cost of 7 or less to the owner's hand. I do know that he added that card to the deck specifically for the Blackbeard matchup, being able to bounce the Burgess. And we do see it being utilized to be able to remove the Tashigi. And since the Tashigi is no longer on the field, this kid is vulnerable to a Red Rock, which is essentially what Ezekiel needs to find here if he does have it, or a 10-drop buggy. And he is currently at 10 down, can just tap out. Yep, there's the 10. Here comes the buggy over one of the promo buggies. Perfectly played here by Ezekiel. So ends up getting rid of the kid, which is the one thing that Dashkin had protecting himself here. And now here comes the onslaught of swings from Ezekiel. 5 with leader. More than likely just going to be 7 and 7. Oh no, 6. The other Mr. 5 is a 6. But the 2 other vanilla Mr. 5s are going to swing in for 7 here. So we do see the counters coming here from Dashkin. And now decides to pressure the Basil Hawkins, which is the only thing that can essentially swing at Ezekiel here. So you do see a lot of counters here. Bunch of 2Ks that Dashkin was sitting on. Currently sitting on 1 card in hand now. I don't think there's really an out here for Dash here. He was unable to be able to utilize his law ability. Also wanting to flood the board and bounce. Typically they want to bounce Zoro, bounce it back, and play it again. So we do see 5, maybe a blocker law here. Looks like that's what he might be considering to do here. Unless he's got something else. Can't quite see the hand that he has there. And we do see he's attempting to swing 7. 7 at life is what he just declared there. Again, the Zoro or the Shiraya cannot swing, so that is something that he has to remember here. Only one more swing currently left, and that is being with leader. A lot of the times, a lot of what the players should be doing is, against buggies, attempting to clear the board. You dwindle the hand and prevent them from being able to establish as wide as they want to while eliminating the bodies so the 10 drop does not stick. Just very unfortunate. Again, not being able to swing at anything puts Dashkin at a very disadvantage here. And we do see a 7K going to face and essentially going to probably slam it all on leader and go for game. Oh, he does have one blocker left, but Ezekiel does have enough swings to be able to just go for game here. Oh, pays 4 to play out the Sables, which is able to bounce a 7 cost again. And then just go for game here with the 14K swing with the 10 drop here. And that is game. Ezekiel taking round 1 of the locals here. So congratulations to Ezekiel. Again, that's a very rough matchup, specifically for Law. Once those promo buggies out, you essentially negate everything that Law wants to do with its Rush Zoro. They only had the one Bonnie, did not see Anami, not sure if he's rolling to the Dan still, but at least if he was able to flood the board, a lot of those 1 to 2 drop characters could have potentially just started slamming down on there. The game plan is typically leader ability, play the Law, bounce one of those back, play it again, search, and then you have that 5-6 Law body to be able to block or swing and then just flood the board, especially with restand Law. Just unfortunate, unable to see that, and then taking away his swing capabilities from the field, just completely locked the Law out of the game there. Leo, I've been good, dog. I've just, like I said, just been streaming. Not streaming, but yeah, commentating Wednesdays here at the Abode. I've been vending lately. Still playing One Piece as well, specifically Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Whenever I can, getting some games in, getting some more practice in. So it's going good. Hope you've been good, dog. We gotta play some more Gundam. Gundam One Piece. You tell me. I'm down to practice. I need some practice for this Winners League. And again, reminder: these people are playing for a chance to be able to enter the Winners League that is upcoming on, not this upcoming Sunday, but the Sunday after. So we have this week and next week, and then league is completely done. Hey, Johnny, I'm so glad I can make you feel some type of way. But yeah, very good game overall with Easy Quill and Dashkin. Just, again, very unfortunate matchup, especially having that promo buggy there to start. Hey, bet I'm going to hold you to that, Leo. Deus, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Again, we're here for the Abode. We also got Andrew in the house, but Andrew's too busy playing today. He's too cool. You win? You win? You better have. What's up, Chris? What up, Hydro Gunner? And we do got my other half here. He just decided to play locals today, though, so he will not be here unless he completely loses out.
Yeah, which, I mean, I got to win so far, so I mean, it's all right.
That's a win right there, dog. You did miss the first match, though. It was a very interesting match. It was a buggy versus a Law.
Oh.
Very one-sided. But
is
it just
the
goes.
buggy? Is it the buggy that gets it, or the
Oh
Law's
yeah,
too fast?
promo buggy. Promo buggy shuts out the 3 to 4 cost that the Law typically wants to play out.
We're
Rush
talking
Zoro.
about red-green Law.
Red-green, not
Okay,
not
yeah,
the rest.
that's rough. Yeah, then the Mihawks just having a 7K blocker.
Yeah, the main kicker looked like the Law wasn't able to find its other pieces, and promo buggy hit the field. Zoro couldn't swing.
Yeah.
He only had the Bezo that was able to swing, but that was his blocker, as well as the Shiryus. Established the Shigi with the Kid prior. Tried the Rush Zoro, forgot about the buggy. Ezekiel hits the Sables off a trigger, bouncing the Tashi that protects it, and then bottom decks it with a 10 drop the next turn after. So
Yeah.
got rid of all the protection that the kid had there.
Yeah, no, that'd be a disgusting match on the red-green law. You'd probably want to see as many of the 5-drop rush Luffys as possible.
Yeah.
Because, again, once the promo buggy comes down, you can't do your shenanigans with law blocker.
And from
hitting
what
a
I
couple
noticed,
times.
the law had a lot of 2Ks in hand. Not really much going on other than just counter, 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 counter.
Yeah.
Law got no chance against the strongest Yonko.
Yeah, I mean, half the deck is just all 2Ks in utility.
Yeah. No utility that round, let me tell you. It was just locked.
Yeah.
Other half, what do you mean by that? You sound a little jealous there, Moose. My other half of commentary. Well, oh, is that what you want to hear?
Also, I guess, like, I never read the promo buggy, like, enough where I didn't realize that, like, your own 3 and 4 costs.
Oh,
can't
yeah,
attack
you
either,
lock
yeah.
everything out. But Buggy don't care because they're trying to flood the board with a bunch of 5s.
Yeah.
So essentially, just the Mr. 3 is the only thing that's really not doing nothing.
No, even that, that's a 1-cost searcher. But I ran into it with, I had a pudding on board and I couldn't swing with it when I was doing the math.
Oh,
Messed
wow.
up.
Yeah, you got to pray that they don't have that Buggy promo, or else you can't do nothing. Burgess, for me, Burgess can't do nothing. Those rest of the bodies, I don't even do leader ability as Blackbeard. They just they could play whatever they want. No, the last thing I want is a 10 drop to hit. Law should have Mole Pistol in the deck. He possibly might even have it. It's just, again, we weren't able to really see much of anything. Just the one Bonnie search that he did get off at the beginning. After that, Ezekiel cleared it, which is exactly what you want to do, and then it's just downhill from there. No other searcher came out. No Nami.
Law is a deck, though, where, like, you really don't, even though, you could, like, tech in, like, a Mulgun or two, you really don't want to have too many events in the deck. Because, again, you're just trying to search, put up your blockers, and then start leader ability.
Yeah, and it was a straw hat event, so he needed a Nami to be able to find it. Yeah, game 1 ended already. It was a Buggy versus Trafalgar Law from OP1, not the yellow one. Currently, like 9 minutes left in the round for the other people. I could actually check real quick. Let's see, Bandai. We still got about 8 people currently in matches right now. 8 people.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad about my win because, I mean, it's not like I care about the results of League because I almost never show up to play.
Just know you ruined someone's chance to be able to enter Winners League.
No,
off of
I
points.
did. It was Teddy.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's still a chance, I think. But
Teddy's
that's
at
not
the-
a good start.
Teddy's, I think, at the top as well.
He's 5th.
Oh,
He's 5th, and I don't know how the points are right now and how close it is.
so I believe top 10 of what's out there is going to make it, and then the rest is going to be from the bracket, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, top 10 of the league format from points will make it into Winners League. And then the top winners, whoever wins the events, will make it in. And then from there, the Losers League, which is going to be on Saturday.
Maybe he was talking
Not this
about like
Saturday.
prizing at the end of League. Maybe that's what he was referring to.
Top 10 still gets it. It still gets split out equally. But yeah, if he's trying to make it into the Winners League, he still needs to keep the placement by next week. Next week is the last league day before final event tournaments.
Yeah.
What you guys doing? Yeah, work, Goral, Demi Z, as Moose likes to call it.
I felt so bad. There was no reason for me to win because he didn't see a Zoro. He didn't really have good play. He did get one Luffy Taro out, but I was stunning and popping his board.
You just had him on a lock.
I mean, I had 3 Shakas, 3 Namis. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so you just
I constantly had a blocker.
Just
up
caved
all
them
the
in.
time. Yeah, basically.
You're driving to work right now. Such a hard-working man. Hey, dog. You know, I made sure I wore my nice hat today, Days.
What is
so
this
you could see
law
it.
list? Playing a.
Oh, you're looking at the recap right here? Yeah, he had
Yeah.
Tashigi's in there. He had the promo OP, the event pack 1 Luffy
Yeah, but a
in there.
6-cost Hawkins.
Yes, he
Doesn't-
did have the 6 Hawks.
I mean, like the
Hawkins.
ability is good, but yeah, I mean you don't want to be doing that in law.
He got Moose with the laughing faces. I mean, you're the one that called on Demi Z once. And you know what? Also, Andrew decided to bless us with his presence on a Wednesday. That never happens. This is the 7th week of league and the first time he's come in.
I'm here to get my points.
Yeah, trying to make sure you get it in the winners league. Although I say you should win, because then who's gonna commentate? They're gonna ban you also.
Yeah. No, I'm already locked in. I didn't care if I was winning or not.
I'm gonna try. Who cares? Win or lose, I'm in it for fun, and then I get to go home if I lose. Single elim bracket, a chance to win, a prize card, what not to try for.
This is such an interesting red-green law deck list.
It is. And again, he's just completely locked out. He did have a Zoro that wasn't able to do much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his ratios or whatnot, but it's like, obviously, these 3 drops are good, but the only 1 drop he had was the Bonnie. That's why your red-green law should consist of like over 50% just like an engine to keep it going and flooding with 1 cost. I mean, you can do some 2 costs if it's worth it, but
I don't even know if he's running the Don. But from the looks of it, he does not run money 1 cost from what I've seen. You can share your game knowledge. Hey, you quite possibly can. I know currently there's someone potentially going to cover me. So that's
Oh.
dependent. Huh? Kuma.
yeah.
So Kuma will cover me unless they completely ban me from being able to play, then I will be here. So still to be heard, but there will be coverage for me on the 1 day. If you get in, Johnny can cover you.
Why would I get in? I'm confused.
You win. Dog, Vegapunk takes it all away today.
I haven't showed up for anything. Am I missing something?
If you win league today, if you win locals, you get in. All it takes is winning locals once, and then you can miss the entire rest of the league, but you're into the tournament.
I would still rather just commentate. So I don't care.
To each their own.
And I'll make sure they can't give it to the next person either.
Like you did the Teddy today?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do get top 12 on Saturday we both will be commentating, though, so my invite's secured. Andrew's is a possibility of today, but it won't matter. He's just taking it from one person.
Yeah. That's what Vegapunk does. It
But
just
yeah.
causes misery.
There's a lot of ways of getting your entry. It's essentially for the 8 weeks that league is going, you win that day, you get in. Top 10 of the league format of that 8-week span gets in. And I think it trickles down as well. And then that Saturday, top 12 will get in. Vegapunk, yeah. Andrew decided to, I guess, test for EB.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not great for EB, but I can sneak out some wins.
That
It's
little
not-
blocker, or not little, but that blocker Vegapunk's going to make a big difference in the deck.
Well, that and that makes a huge difference just because it's a chump blocker. But to be honest, one of the other great cards is the 5-cost Sanji blocker. Because if your life is 2 or less, you draw 2, discard 1. Because
Oh.
one of the problems with Vegapunk is like keeping a consistent hand size. Because you know, in this version, you're not really taking life
yeah.
too much.
Not like before.
Yeah, so your hand size diminishes So yeah, that
And
Sanji
even
really
then,
helps.
that Vegapunk trashes your own life as well. Or not life, but your own hand.
Yeah,
You gotta pitch one, I believe, right?
and then also with the Sanji, it kind of it gives you the cycle. It's another 5 cost 6K blocker, and then like when your board is getting full, like you can save some of those your regular Vegapunk trigger bodies that
You just
put
put
in
him right in
life.
a life.
Yeah,
Carrot, oh my god. I did 2 locals with Carrot, and they were the most. I got fucking mollywopped all over the place. I did beat Moose. He was on BY. I
oh,
was so proud of myself that
oh,
day.
yeah, especially BY now. Yeah, they'll just
I
kill it.
put Zoro down and I prayed, and we got there. Carrot is a fun deck. It was just missing something, but I mean this format's a lot more different than before.
Carrot is basically just Bonnie at home. I mean, it does have like some extra utilities in it that help
Hmm.
out, but then even with those utilities, then it feels like you're missing a whole nother. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you do get the automatic rest. You can find Carrot. That's a benefit to the deck.
yeah.
Let's see. Looks like we're still waiting on 3 different matches. Actually, Ezekiel hasn't even reported. We have Jordan, who looks like he finished, and Espresso. I'm going to assume it's probably them. So it looks like we
Yeah, I
should
think
be starting
so.
up soon. Overtime is in about 1 minute. Well, it's now, currently. Overtime has kicked in.
Yeah, I didn't really look around too much to see what everyone's playing today, but I mean, it seems like a variety from what I saw.
Yeah. Hart did say he saw a lot of Reiju.
Yeah.
Did you win? There you go. Oh, you're so ugly. We just had Sully walk in. Justin? I don't think Justin's here. Yeah,
Just
Justin's not here. Justin?
no.
No. I haven't seen Justin come here in a minute, actually. Yeah. Yeah, Justin's not here, Johnny. He stopped showing up just like you. What'd you face round 1? Betty? Oh, it's fucking free.
It's not free, bro. That shit's scary every time. You swing one time, trigger, and all of a sudden,
That's why you establish your brooks and then you're cooking.
Just don't let them have triggers. It's a skill thing.
Exactly. Never showed up in the first place, Johnny. Hey, dog. Oh, looks like pairings are up. Let's
All right,
see. Let's
I'm out.
see. Let's see who we're gonna get now.
Oh, I'm facing Jordan. All right.
Oh.
I don't know what he's been on.
So today there is 14 tables. So that's 29 players here today. So it should be a shorter local than usual. So we didn't bring in 40, but of course people are getting ready for that EV format and would rather play that. But let's see who they decide to put on stream here. Trying to see here in a second. Oh, okay. I guess be right back in a second. Just gonna go find which players are going up. Alright, I am back. Okay, setting it up. I have a pretty interesting matchup for y'all. Some of you guys know him. We just had Boring Peanut here, which is Andrew. So it's gonna be Boring Peanut, which he is on Vegapunk, against another local favorite, Jordan Frankie. So, kicking it over to the players right now. I had to yank them from over there on their table. Time has started for the other players. Setting it all this up. So we do know, again, Jordan is on Usopp, and we got Andrew Boring Peanut on Vegapunk. Kalgara today at Locals would have been wild. Yeah, I got Jordan up here just for you, Chris. He keeps trying to get out of it, but today we forced it on him. Hang on 1 second. Gotta get him on with the headphones, dog. All right, so it looks like Boring Peanut won the dice roll there. So Usopp is gonna go second here, and we got Vegapunk going first, which is typically what they want to do. Pop off that leader ability, play out a 5-6 body potentially, or a 3-5 Lilith search here. So a lot of different things that Vegapunk can do. Not sure which variation Boring Peanut is on currently. Obviously, he's probably getting ready for the EB format, so maybe not playing the control variation anymore. So Peanut ends up keeping his hand there. Jordan will be mulliganing there. Jordan looking cute. Yeah, it was pulling him arm and a leg to get him up on stream. For those of you that don't know, that are in the Twitch chat here, Jordan Frankie is our main judge here at the Abode. So no matter what, one of them is going to fall, the commentator or the judge. And I am going to start the timer here for the top table here. So we are going to see Vegapunk here draw the first Dawn. And typical first one play there for Vegapunk there. One Dawn leader ability, playing out the Shaka, which now has a blocker. Honestly, kind of a good opening there for Jordan here. Ends up playing out the Coliseum, which is going to allow him to be able to swing pseudo rush essentially, but he'll only swing at characters. And ends up establishing this Leo search as well, which is going to allow him to grab, I believe, 2 cards if I'm not mistaken. As long as they're just Rosa, and then trash 1. So essentially just kind of filtering. It's the scammer of the Abo. Head cutie patootie, that is true. So he's going to trash the EDO, which is something that Frankie will be able to bring back if Frankie is playing it, Jordan. So Andrew's here trying to figure out whether he should swing with the Shaka and get some early game pressure. More than likely not. I mean, he could. Only thing that will essentially swing at it is going to be the leader and any other character Jordan decides to play. So we do see the Vegapunk ability. Probably going to establish another body here. Atlas is a very good one here, which is going to be unable to be KO'd as long as Jordan is at higher life than him, so which is currently not by much. I believe it's just 1 life difference here. So that Atlas can stick, cannot, but it can only not be KO'd in battle, so he can still be removed by anything that Jordan plays here. Andrew lets the Shaka go, deciding not to protect it. There are many different ways, not many, but he does have the one cost event that is able to bring it back if he plays it from life there. Also establishes the EDO here. So you do see Jordan countering out of that swing there. However, the Atlas will not be KO'd. Oh, S-Hawk being established. So S-Hawk is attach 1 Don if you have less life than your opponent. He cannot be killed in battle by slash attribute cards, and he gains 2,000. Which is pretty good. So still has a Don to be able to use leader ability here, which is exactly what he's doing here. Luffy, which he will be able to use to swing and pop the blocker as well, since he's currently at 2 life. So we'll see what Jordan decides to do here. I believe the best thing to kind of get rid of currently is going to be that Luffy, so he can hold on to the blocker. And it's also going to prevent Andrew from being able to get a card off the Luffy ability as well. Not sure what else he has in his hand to be able to pop. I did see another Coliseum, which can be used for filter on anything else that he decides to play. Could Kiros, I'm not sure, is he? No, he's not at 7 Don, he's currently at 6. No. Jordan here trying to figure out exactly what to do. I think the one thing, there's a lot of different things you can get rid of, but there's going to be a lot more utility in getting rid of the Luffy. Yep. So ends up bouncing the Leo to get rid of that Luffy. And since Jozu is not a Dressrosa type, he does not gain that pseudo rush. So Peanut can establish that Luffy again to be able to pop the blocker, but not essentially worth it as much as it was previously. So it looks like he's going to opt to swing here, and this is going to make this card an 8K swing since it is going to get the buff. Yep, it's going to be an 8K swing since it does gain the plus 2K since he's currently less life than Jordan here. 6 Don left still to mess with here. Not sure what else Peanut is thinking of. Maybe going to reestablish the Luffy. Possibly block the EDO here. If he decides to block with the EDO. Not sure. I think he's currently 1 card over. Jordan decides to take the life there. Cannot get a glimpse of the hand there. I'm trying to figure out what Jordan could do possibly next turn. Oh, we do see the Frankie. That's what he sees. So we do know he's got the Leo. Looks like another Toy Soldier, which he might pitch for counter here. Yep. So now the Atlas's ability is no longer active anymore. So the Atlas can now be KO'd in battle since they are both at the same amount of life. So 6 in hand. Peanut could establish the Luffy, pop the blocker. Oh. Interesting. Decides to establish Tsunami instead of the Luffy, which is a smarter idea since this will be able to stick compared to the Luffy. And he will still get the draw. So, however, he did have to get rid of an extra card to do it. He still gets a draw off that Nami ability. Oof, very good on Peanut's part here. Using that last Don to use leader ability to establish the S-Snake and stun the Jozu. So, only having this leader swing here, I lied, still has the pseudo rush from the stage as well, being Usopp here, as long as it's a Dressrosa type character. And then since now they are currently the same with life, that S-Snake is only a 5K lead, or a 5K attack. It did not keep the 7K stat line since Jordan went down to 2 life. So all the benefits of being lower life are now gone for Peanut here. So unfortunate. So it looks like he does have Rebecca there. Could possibly Rebecca, Kiros, and establish one other character, maybe the Frankie blocker. But essentially, what do you bounce at that point? I don't think you want to. You could give him back the Nami, but Nami could be played out again and pop the central blocker that he might play here. Maybe S-Snake, but S-Snake will again stun one other character on Jordan's side of the field. So we're going to see a 6 to possibly Atlas here. So not bad. I believe Atlas is a 5-6 as well. Possibly getting rid of the S-Snake could have been a little better. You're going to force Peanut to give 2 cards compared to 1. And you possibly clear the S-Snake. And then, yeah, so the Rebecca, oof, going to go for board clear here. This is why Jordan knows how he's doing here. Oof. Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness. Completely getting rid of Peanut's board there. Only leaving him with the Nami. Completely forgot about this Zoro card here. But again, haven't been able to see much of Jordan's hand now. But now we can kind of see it a bit more. We do know he has the stage, another Frankie, and he still has the Leo. But Jordan in a way better position here. And looks like a Bartol blocker as well. I believe Andrew should be currently at 3 cards in hand as well. So it looks like he might be considering on swinging at the Zoro here for 8. Yep, going for an 8 swing at Zoro. We do know Jordan has the counters to be able to get out of this if he wants to keep pressure on Vegapunk here. 4 in hand for Peanut. My mistake. 6 down up, can still play out 1 more 5 cost and then still use leader ability as well. Can buff up his life if he chooses to. Let's go to Zoro to be able to get the draw off, losing a character. So S-Snake can only pick a 6 or less, so the Kiros is not a target here, which Jordan was thinking there. So S-Snake is going to stun the Jozu since that is the only target and establishes that blocker shotgun life. So when he does take a life, that will be played out for free. However, more than likely Jordan is going to opt to try to swing at this Nami to clear it and maybe get rid of this S-Snake as well. 1 Don, possibly playing out Leo here. Or, yeah, it's going to opt for the Leo instead of the Rebecca. So they don't see that Suru, which is not a target. 2 Surus that are not targets there. So we do see the Barto and the Sabo. That Sabo protects a lot of the field here for Jordan as well. Let's see, that is a... If a character at the base cost of 7 or less other than Sabo would be removed from the field by opponent's effects, you can return this character to the owner's hand instead. And it's also a 2K, which is very good. So that's very sticky for the black matchups. Or in this case, the Nami or the Luffy as well. And we do see a Rebecca go as well. So ends up grabbing that Zoro as well, which is the only target that was in that search. So full board here for Jordan. Still has that Kiro swing that can clear the Nami as well. And it's also going to put Peanut in a worse spot as well. And then if Jordan can find something to be able to remove the Shaka as soon as it hits the field, he'll be in a golden spot. 2 cards in hand currently for Peanut. He's can possibly opt to swing 5 into the Nami. Nami gets cleared here. And maybe a 5K swing with Rebecca. Yeah, Jordan has a lot of options here. And that's the great thing about the Usopp leader ability as well, being able to draw every time you lose a body as long as you're 5 or under. So keeping your hand healthy as well as, you know, being able to establish the blockers and play out from the trash as well. And also leader ability to buff up. So it kind of puts some things out of range for like the Nami or the Luffy abilities to be able to pop some things. I had a massive brain fart there. So essentially blocking up. We do see that event in hand, which I believe is the King Kong gun, which will give him double attack and plus 6,000. And just completely flooded the board here. So Jordan trying to flood the trash to be able to get up for King Kong gun activation here. Looks like he's got one in hand. Not sure if he's running any other ones though. Andrew in a pretty rough spot here. I believe only 3 cards in hand. Not many choices that can be done. Oh, did he bottom deck the Rebecca search, Chris? He definitely missed that. So we do see Andrew starting to place more in life to be able to kind of play around this King Kong gun. Not sure what else. Oh, he's got Frankie's in hand. Technically, you should be already at trash then. Let me see. Jordan said, good looking out, chat. Definitely would hurt him more. Obviously, this is just locals. Who cares? Big event, Andrew would have just been like, keep it in the bottom. Hey, Johnny, you got lucky. Nightbot didn't catch you for those caps. Yeah, definitely a misplay on Jordan's turn for sure. On Jordan's part, as far as the trash. He could have probably had that King Kong activated a lot sooner. However, it looks like he's just opting to clear board here. So gonna get rid of that Edison, which is a good thing to do here, getting rid of that pressure that Peanut can potentially have next turn if he keeps all these bodies. You update the life here. Chris Bot watching out. Chris Bot doing the work here. So we are going 7. It is going to establish that Shaka blocker. Again, does have that King Kong gun, which can be used here. However, if he does use it, Peanut could potentially just use the Shaka blocker here. So we're checking trash. Is going to use that King Kong gun. Potentially here. Probably putting it on Heroes, I would imagine. Unless he decides to do Frankie. Oh, puts it on Barto here. Going 9 to leader, double attack, ends up triggering or taking the life. So we're gonna update Peanut here to 0 here. This looks like he's deciding on whether to use it a lot. Maybe it's Egghead Luffy or a Nami. Could block the Frankie and leaving the only swing left being the Kyros. Oh, Shaka's a pretty good trigger. 9 to leader, more than likely going to give up a Shaka here. Yep. And again, Jordan in a pretty good spot here. The Vegapunk leader cannot swing and still has 1 blocker left, being that Frankie here. Two down up, potential barrier, who knows? I don't think Jordan's running barrier. Oh, Darashi looking for 2 cards that are triggers, so good way to go up in hand size by 1 card. And pretty much a majority of the cards in this deck is trigger as well. Probably gonna grab that 1 cost event to be able to play out a body from the trash. Yep. Rayquaza, your help, and a Lilith, and might establish a Lilith to try to find another Rayquaza to at least try to establish another block from the trash and have that 3K counter event. Yep, so here comes the Lilith search here. Yeah, the 7K with Frankie would have been a good choice there. I think Jordan's just trying to play it safe, however. Two Gravity Blades in life would be absolutely disgusting. Bottom decking the Shaka that he needs. Does find an S-Snake here. Could establish the S-Snake, however, will not be able to heal. At this point, it's probably better to just use that ability to put that Rayquaza in life to potentially get 1 extra Shaka blocker from the trash. And we see Jordan with a bunch of 2Ks as well in hand. So Jordan's sitting good right now. Ends up swinging 6 at the Barto here. Hey, we're gonna flip his life after the fact and see if he does have a Gravity Blade in there. That'll be absolutely friggin' funny. So we still got about 9 minutes before overtime here, but game should potentially be done possibly next turn here. So he's gonna opt to just block with the Frankie, get a draw, and then play out a body off Frankie as well. So really not losing anything here. Just gonna get a free draw here. S-Snake out of life, so it's going to keep that Rayquaza in hand for counter, which is also a good choice. I believe S-Snake is going to play out and stun something regardless as well. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't play out, but it will activate the on-play effect. So no extra body, but we'll stun 1 extra card, though. Oh, there's a grab blade. So ends up taking the 7, stunning the Zoro. Again, has 1 Shaka here. Is he gonna do the disrespectful thing and slap it all on the Kyros here? Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
You're gonna catch the end game of
Oh my god.
this Usopp Vegapunk match.
Jordan looks like he's in a good spot though, right?
Yeah, he is. Dwindled it down, used the King Kong gun, made it all kind of go out.
Oh, he's only got 1 card in here.
1 card in hand, 1 blocker left, and still has a Barto that can swing, as well as, just the Bartos.
The Zoro can't swing.
Zoro cannot swing, stun off S-Snake.
Oh, he's got another.
King Kong gun. And that is game. Very rough matchup for the Vegapunk there. Speaking of Ryan, we do got Ryan here right now.
Oh, what's
Johnny.
up? What's up? What's up, Johnny?
So we do got Hart. How'd your round 2 go?
I just barely won. It was
What'd you face?
Red Sanji.
Red Sound again?
Yeah. It was
Jacob?
Jacob again. Yeah.
Oh man. Did you get the Manchu Rebecca cycle off again?
I didn't get that. Yeah, I was in a good spot a couple turns in a row. It was 2 turns in a row where I did like I had Laboon on the field and played Rebecca Brook to pop his unit, and 2 turns in a row he played Pell, and Pell just lets him KO my Brook when he swings with it. So if he didn't have that, I was in a pretty good spot because I had the Rebecca to protect my Brook and my Laboon. But because he was able to KO the Brook 2 turns in a row without having to swing into it, it made it pretty hard. And then he misplayed at the end of the game. So.
Is that what cost him the game?
Yeah. He was basically. I was at 0. I was on 0 life, and he had 2 life. And I basically had to KO the 4-cost Zoro and hope he didn't have a Straw Hat to play off of it.
Yeah.
And he didn't play a Straw Hat off of it, and then he played like the Wapol out.
Oh, his signature card. That man always finds
that card, dude. That card is so annoying. But he played out the Wapol, and then he tried to play the 2K Sanji unblockable onto the Wapol.
Oh, instead of Zoro.
Well, he didn't have a Zoro, but he could have played a chopper blocker, and then he would have had an unblockable attack, and I probably would have.
That would have probably.
I would have lost. Yeah. So.
Unfortunate. Yeah, we got Mr. Forearms himself, Mr. 3 Legs.
Yo, all right.
That's good, though. That's 2 rounds in for you now. Potentially going for a second win league back-to-back?
I don't know about that, bro. I'm going to have to face Jordan on Usopp, which is terrible. There's a lot of Blackbeard around. I'm for sure losing one of these next couple games.
I do know the Blackbeard matchup has gotten a bit easier, though, has it not?
Yeah. I mean, I think so.
You can go a little bit more wider and potentially just poke at Blackbeard.
Yeah, I think it's easier to beat than like the old like Lucci versus BY. That always felt really bad. I think Blackbeard is a little bit more doable, but it's not great.
I think a big thing was before was we were trying to get to Moria, establish the Moria to get the 2 bodies, and now instead of playing a Moria, you're establishing.
You're a little lower to the ground, yeah.
You're 6 bodies wide. You got your Hina Brook swinging for 5s, poking Brook.
Yeah.
Then regardless, even all that stuff will get the reduction and pop something on their side of the field as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's basically if I win die roll and I'm able to play like the Kuzans out, so it kind of like delays them playing out Burgesses and stuff because they want to KO my Kuzans.
Yeah.
That's kind of like I think the best formula for it. If they just choose to slam Burgesses anyways, and I don't have a Tashigi to punish it, then I'll lose. But
Trey, you are running the Tashigi tech.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna work, but people are making that work, especially with Laboon too, right?
Yeah, it's like Laboon and Kuzan, like. I don't know.
Make
the strategy
it more
is
doable.
slam them all game, and then like eventually they won't be able to KO them, and then they'll play a Burgess and use Tashigi it. But
swing -4, rest -4, pop.
Yeah.
I bet the BY did. Yeah, Moose there.
Oh yeah, no, that matchup was terrible.
Moose was the king of BY, slow playing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I am a GP Luffy main. If you guys pull GP Luffy stuff, hit me up, bro. I need to buy that stuff.
The product shortage is real, dog.
It's gonna be a real pain, dude. I'm gonna have to pay way too much money for rares. It's stupid.
It's crazy. I had a whole case locked in and no longer happening anymore. Well, potential lock-in if they had the product, but it's absolutely crazy how much.
All leader 1K? Yeah, dude, I'm good off that. Oh, did I not report?
Alt leader 1K. That's crazy. I think they just said next round is up. So let's see where you're at. You're facing Circle Button.
I don't know who that is.
I've never met them either.
All right, well, hopefully I'll come back victorious. I'll see you guys later.
Good luck on the next one. So let's see here. So before this round starts, we have a total of 8 undefeated. So next round will be at 4. Again, I think 3 more rounds. Brain already fried. Jesus Christ. Yeah, 8 undefeateds currently. Let's get hard on stream. I mean, we can. Let's see. Actually, here. I'm going to put you on a brief be right back screen so I can figure out who they're going to put up right now. So give me 1 second. All right, I am back. Okay, so we are going to have the top table currently, which is going to be Sad Boy Summer. Let me see if I got this right. Oh, yeah, so Sad Boy Summer versus Silent Seth, which we have seen on stream before. It is going to be a Lim versus RP Luffy, which is going to be interesting. I don't think we've seen RP Luffy on stream before, so kicking it over to the players here. Sad Boy Summer, we got Ed on the left and Silent Seth on the right. So, again, Sad Boy Summer is going to be on RP Luffy and Silent Seth on Lim, which is what he has been maining this entire set here. What's going on, Cruz? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Johnny, more than likely, if Hart wins this round currently, will possibly be on stream next round. We're going to go to top 4 next turn. Oh, yeah. First time we've seen Ed on stream currently, so this is going to be an interesting match here for sure. Let's see. Actually got to restart the time here. Oh, looks like they dropped something in the shop. Looks like both players stressing out here. Hart v. Jordan in the finals calling it. Let's see, who's Jordan facing right now? Jordan's facing Jesus right now, which is, I believe, on Blackbeard. Not sure who Circle Button is, but that's who Hart is facing currently. So Silent Seth is gonna mulligan here, and we are gonna start the timer here for them. While they complete mulligan. Oh, he's gonna power shuffle. But who knows? If it's Hart versus Jordan in the finals, that's gonna be a very tough match for Hart since he is playing Lucci today as well. And I believe the Usopp matchup has the favor in that if he especially finds that Coliseum. Let's see if you get some good triggers on this. That man better be skilled in the Blackbeard matchup. I heard he practices with you like every Thursday, Chris. But yeah, that matchup, you just gotta know what to do, and Jordan is very knowledgeable for that matchup. So I know he knows how to navigate that match very good. And here we go, starting off, I believe Silent Seth is first, which is the curve that he wants. You guys are good to go. So here, we'll restart their timer here. So one Don passes. Oh, we got Sad Boy Summer with the SP Namis here. He's going to get a search off. Looks like he's got a Giant. I did see a Queen, and I believe a Bonclay, which are unsearchable, but the Giant is, 9-cost Secret Rush Luffy, which is a Don minus, is going to gain Rush, and I believe able to draw a card as well. And it's almost, I believe, a pretty high rarity Luffy deck that Ed has here. Let's see, where's this Luffy at? Attempted to swing 5 at the RP Luffy, but that is a very good thing about the deck, is that it's a 6K stat leader, so it's going to be able to get out of a couple of these swings that Silent Seth would just usually poke in with. And we do see, I missed it, but Silent Seth established a new gate, which will be able to start poking at Ed here, Sad Boy Summer. Since it is a 5-6 stat line. So it looks like possible 3, maybe Limb search. Yep. So Limb is going to be able to look at top 5 for an Odyssey type card here. Maybe going to be looking for the Sabo or Enel. Looks like we do see that 1-cost Limb as well. So let's see. So ends up grabbing the audio, which is the event pack audio, which is essentially just a 2K. If it is established, I believe it does get a plus 2K for, I believe, 4 rested. Let's see. If you have 2 or more Odyssey stat characters, he gains an extra 1,000, not a 2K stat. So it is still going to get a buff as well. So the new gate is going to rest that Bonclay, and he's able to clear it, which is good. You want to get rid of that Bonclay as soon as possible, since it will be able to copy the attack stat of any one of Seth's characters here, so which would be the new gate more than likely, since it is a 6K stat. And we do see him finally poke in with that. Ooh, is going to be able to get new gate off the field there with a Ben Beckman. And a 6K swing to life here. Will Seth take the first one? Does take the first one. Not sure if Seth is on the full Odyssey package for the most part, or if he is running the Zoro, which I did see a lot of limbs using pretty much early on in this meta. Man, I wish this camera would catch the hand here. But we do see that 1-cost limb that you typically want to see turn 1, which will restand any Odyssey type character. No point in essentially establishing it now, since the Nami will be able to swing over it. It is a good thing to have, however, if you're trying to meet the resting requirement. Looks like, I believe Ed might only have 3 cards in hand. Oh, no, that's his Don. He's got 5 cards in hand. I should have realized by the design. So he's going to poke for 5 here. Looks like Ed is considering on taking it. Typically, I've seen a lot of Luffy's take life early on. However, he's been more on the defense side as far as protecting his life. Nope, and here you go. First take of Luffy here. See what Seth decides. Looks like might possibly be, yep, he's going to use Limb Leader ability there. He's going to play out the Enel. As long as he has 2 rested Odyssey type characters, or it doesn't have to be Odyssey, but at least 2 rested characters will be able to draw 3, discard 2. So it's a good way to filter cards out, getting rid of the Zoro and the Sakazuki. Sakazuki is very good at being able to keep board control. However, the Ben Beckman's just out of range to even be able to utilize the Sokka here. It will only KO, I believe, a 6-cost or less. 5 or less. Oof. Yeah, so that's just way out of range there since it's a 7. And at this point, Ed is more than likely just going to establish big bodies. So we do see a 6K swing, and he ends up giving him a 1K counter with that Sanji. And establishes a Dofi, which will be able to restand itself at the end of turn, since there are 2 rested characters. And then Lim will restand since there are 3. So Ed establishing or using his leader ability to be able to ramp up to 10 Don here. Wonder if he's playing the 10 drop secret Luffy, which I used to love playing in this RP Luffy. However, it looks like he's splitting the Don up. We do know he has that 9 rush Luffy, but might be opting to do another Ben Beckman, maybe getting rid of the Doflamingo blocker, which is going to be a good choice. So takes away the blocking from Seth here. Ooh, uses Captain Kid is the next best option. On play, Don -1 is going to give a 1,000 buff to his Luffy leader here. And anytime the kid swings, we'll be able to reduce a Don and, again, gain that buff. So, could just swing at leader here and ask for the Doflamingo blocker. Potentially swing an 8-8 would be a better option here, yep. Oh, 8 at the new gate, opting to swing for board, which is what you want to do. Take the pressure off of him. Currently, even with this 1K buff, that leader swing is going to be able to, or the 1K buff on leader prevents Seth from being able to poke like how he has been with his 6K bodies. So swings another 8 at Newgate again. Seth is just going to let it go. 1 Don up, more than likely signifying he possibly might have a Gum Gum Giant or a Rad Beam. This Luffy does have access to Rad Beam. Let's see if he's got another championship kid. I believe he might have all of the kids max rarity. So he should be good in this match, or as far as max rarity. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Did you win?
Yeah, I faced a Lim.
There you go.
I won on my 10 Don turn.
There you go. You
Which
get to
was-
watch another limb right here.
Typically is not how it goes. It's normally a little bit more stressful, but I think he made a mistake by playing his 1 cost on his
Oh.
2 Don turn.
Yeah.
So I just popped it with Brook and then swung into it with leader, and then I was just kind
And
of
it
in
was
control of the
game
red.
over.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
after that, it was it. All right,
That's
so where are
pretty
we at
rough.
here? We got an RP versus Lim.
Yeah, RP Luffy versus Lim. 7-drop kid has been established on Sad Boy Summer's side here. So RP Luffy is currently sitting at a 7K stat line, which now takes away the poking that Seth was doing, swinging for 6s, just trying to dwindle the hand size here.
Yeah,
So
now you got a Don up to poke. Yeah, 7 cost kid has always been good. I'm playing Lucci Simon. Oh, I should say. Wait, he hasn't won 2 more of those kids. I still have 2 from like over a year ago.
no, he has a place.
Damn.
It was a nice try. Johnny was
he-
already trying to unload.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
John, you want mine?
Simon has been actually rebuilding Lucci as well.
Yeah, he hit me up like a week or so ago. Wait, how did you do? Did you play in the Treasure Cup, Simon, or the online? I don't remember if you were in the Treasure Cup or the regional.
Oof. And here we go.
Poke,
Seth
poke.
trying to be able to get rid of this Ben Beckman
How
here.
many cards does Ed have? Is Sad Boy Summer? Is his
I
name
believe
Ed?
Ed.
Yeah.
I believe he's had 5. Just counted out, saving the Beckman, trying to be able to put pressure on Seth next turn here. We do know he has the 9 rush Luffy as well.
And
So
how
we'll
much
be able to
Don is he at?
swing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He goes to 8.
He's at
leader, or
10.
9, and then 10. I mean, yeah.
He's already at 10, or currently at 9.
Oh,
next
sorry,
he'll
I
be
didn't
at
even see
10.
the rest of Don. Okay,
Yeah.
or the attached Don. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he'll be able to use leader ability to get him up. Also get the reduction, or the Don minus off that rush Luffy as well if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
And we do see another NL cycle here, pitching another Sakazuki from hand. Just in this matchup, very useless since everything is essentially out of range for that Sokka. So Seth at least being able to establish 2 blockers, or another blocker being able to kind of keep out of some of these swings that Ed might be able to do here.
Yeah, but he's down. Seth is down to 3 cards in hand, which is not great.
Yeah, Oh,
Yeah.
that is not what you want to see. Is
You're gonna
Seth
go
here.
10 for Shanks, and then so all your guys are reduced, and then you're also a 7K leader.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great.
And we
yeah.
are seeing the 8K swing into the 5, minus ability, buffing up the leader again. And he still is able to use leader ability to gain that Dawn back one more time.
Yeah, we got Gum Gum Giant.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is looking rough from Seth's side.
Oh, yeah. Especially now, not being able to poke at 7, now it's down another 1K for his entire board here with
Yeah.
this Rush Shanks.
I guess like the only thing going for Seth is that his opponent is also only at 3 cards in hand. And so if he has like a Mihawk or something in hand where he can kind of like cheese, he doesn't have one now, but if he can find one where he can get like a couple of cheeky swings in and kind of force his opponent to go for it a little early.
Yeah,
Because
but
the Doflamingos are nice just because they get to poke and then restand.
they're no longer able to poke.
Well, yeah, you have to don
Yeah.
them up now, which is really unfortunate.
And
yeah,
you have
you're
to
right.
don them up at least at the minimum of 2 Dawn.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
So ends
Yeah.
up getting 1 hit to life, dumping his entire hand on that last swing from, I believe, his leader swing. So Ed, yes, does have 3 cards in hand. However, does essentially have a 2K buff off the board. Leader being a 7K off the kid, and then the -1 off Shanks just nukes Seth's attacks this turn. Dofies are now currently a 4K. Well, a 5,
A
but
5, but yeah, I know what you mean. 1, 2, 1, 2. Poke, poke. Leader skill is 3. So he has 3 extra Don. So he could he could swing 7, 7, 7. Or
and
7,
looks like
7,
that's
8.
what
Oh,
he's
he's
opting to
going.
do.
That's
That's
8 though,
swinging
right?
7.
He's swinging 8. He put 3 Don.
Oh yeah, it is 8.
That's interesting. And you said we know he has a 9 cost in hand?
No. Oh,
The 9 cost.
Seth
Yeah,
does.
sorry, Seth.
I
yeah,
mean,
sorry.
Ed has the Rush Luffy.
Ed
Yeah.
has the Rush Luffy in hand.
So still 4
So they
Dawn
get to
left. We
restand.
do see, I think, a Mihawk. I think. Nah.
I see a Sabo. Oh, there is a Mihawk.
Yeah,
there
so he
is a
does
Mihawk.
have 1 extra Mihawk
So the
as
thing
well.
is, I mean, he's probably setting up for next turn using that Mihawk to try and really don up. Because
Ed
I
not
kind of
down.
highly doubt that he's doing that right now. Because now his opponent's up to 5 cards in hand with 1 don up. Like, the likelihood that that gets through is like just not realistic. Oh,
Oh, he's going for it now.
that seems.
9K.
I guess if he thinks I guess if he just knows he's not gonna live. But I mean, 2 blockers.
He would have
it
been
is
able
4
to buy
swings
himself
against 2
one more
blocker- I
turn.
think he should have just waited a turn.
He could have.
Because he would have had 3 cards in hand with 2 blockers up and 2 life. Like, he's not gonna die, right? You can block with both blockers and just don up the limb
And then swing
and
twice
swing
with the
twice.
Mihawk.
Yeah. I think that's a much better play than
Yeah, that would have been the play to do.
using the Mihawk there.
Now swinging 2 here, does counter out.
So yeah, he's dead. He just dons up his Nami.
Mm-hmm.
Put 3 down on Nami, swing for 5.
Still has 2 blockers. So
Yeah,
1,
but
2,
he has. So
2
he
life.
has. Okay, so yeah, I guess he's not actually dead.
He's gonna have at least 1 more turn. And then this is where the holding onto the Mihawk would have been better. Could have swung big with leader to at least bait out that giant 1 more time.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better use of the Don.
Swings-
Because here's the thing, because he still swung. He used 4 Don, so he still would have swung for 9. That's right. He swung for 9 on that second swing with the Doflamingo blocker. His second swing when he reset the Mihawk was for 9. If he just took that 4 Don and put it on his leader, he swings for 9 also.
Yeah, that's
So
what
he
I'm
still
saying.
gets the 9K swing. Yeah, you're right.
Could have waited, but it looks like he might be playing a secret Luffy here. Yep.
Oh, so
and-
yeah, GG. I guess there's always that possibility.
Yep. So
So
that's
that
why he
didn't
opted
matter.
to not do the kid ability there for the Don minus. I don't know if you peeped it.
Oh yeah.
So he wanted to do that to be able to use leader ability and then the Luffy ability, getting that 10 or the 7K swing in here, and then now.
So he needs to get he needs like a.
Well, no, he's getting another turn.
No, yeah, no, I know, but he needs to be able to. Oh no, he's gonna swing for like 10, right? 10, 12.
So
yeah,
this
never
upcoming
mind.
turn is gonna swing for 10 and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
12.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion amongst the players.
Gamma knife.
That just ramps, right? Doesn't do
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
So is gonna get the free turn, and this is essentially Ed's game here
Yeah,
with
it's-
this 10 Secret
it's
Luffy.
cooked, so.
And this is the reason why I loved this Secret Luffy when I was
Yeah,
on the
it's very fun to use, that card, definitely.
So 10 at life, and
It's, yeah,
that's
it's guaranteed, right?
Yeah, blocker Dofi's gonna block it, and then 12.
yeah.
And that is game. We do
So
have
I guess it didn't
Ed.
matter regardless.
No, that 10 Luffy essentially sealed the deal there for Ed.
It seems
there.
like he Ed high rolled a little bit, but I think it's probably, especially once you get the 7, like having the 7 cost and the 10 cost Shanks on the field is like,
it's you're great.
yeah,
and
you
both
definitely you take off all the pressure that he was generating.
and
on the
both
other
are
side.
unsearchable cards as well, which is very good to be able to find it.
It happens, you know.
Yeah.
It happens. I play Lucci, like a lot of my cards are unsearchable, you know.
But Rebecca brings them back.
Yeah.
So let's see. Simon didn't get in the regional. Get him, Ed. Boy, Ed took the dub. Is going to be going into the top 4. Let's go, Ed. There you go. Cruise your GOAT one.
So here's the problem now is that we got Jesus facing Jordan, which is bad for me.
He's on Blackbeard, right?
Jesus is on Blackbeard, Jordan's on Usopp. Both of them are like really
So
bad
which
for me.
poison would you rather
I
have?
would rather face Blackbeard.
Or RP Luffy.
I'll take RP Luffy.
So
I think 4-cost Kuzan helps me out a lot in that matchup.
yeah.
If I think I'd just go second theoretically and play Kuzan on 4, and then
And be able to
because they don't
remove
really
what they
generate a
play.
lot of pressure early, right? Like they don't play like early bodies. They just kind of
No.
ramp for the first couple of turns.
Yeah,
so I just play
it'll-
Kuzan on 4 pretty comfortably most of the time, and then kind of just set up to deal with his board later on in the game.
Yeah, it'll probably be more than likely like a Bon Clay or a Zoro. Bon Clay ramps next turn. Will probably be able to establish Kid if he sees it. Or Ben Beckman, the Kuzan, which is the form of removal that Ed is running.
Yeah, true. I got a sneak peek of the deck list, so you know.
Yeah, there is that as well. So proud of you, Ed. So we do see Ed making it on, which is RP Luffy. Again, Jordan and Jesus. It's either going to be Usopp or Blackbeard. You made it through a Lucci. And Benj Jammin was the other undefeated.
He's on Shanks, I'm sure. I think he's been playing Shanks for
So
the majority of the set.
we do have a Shanks. So it's going to be Shanks, Lucci.
So there might be a down pair next turn. Oh, Ben won.
No, Ben won.
So there's 4 undefeated.
Yeah, so that's why it's going to be Shanks, Lucci.
All right, just give me the god
RP
bracket of
Luffy.
either RP Luffy or Shanks, and then the opposite if I can win that one in the championship. You know? Give me god
You
bracket.
got to get there. The hard and soul on stream. Oh, yeah. Been coming up after every round here.
Who's Senator Beans? Sorry,
Senator Beans.
I like that name though.
Yeah, let's see. Nah, that's even worse. It's smaller. You can't see.
Can't tell from the profile picture. It's very small.
Yeah, I mean, locals have been pretty spread out today. We've seen Vegapunk. We've seen RP Luffy that we haven't seen on stream. I faced that a couple times, actually. The day I won, the week I won, I faced him.
The RP Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Were
Misplayed
you
on
playing
his part.
Blackbeard?
I was on Blackbeard. Very, very one-sided for a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Did not see Burgess and did not establish him big
Oh,
enough.
so you just
but
snuck it in there.
I
at the
snuck in. Misplayed on his part. If he would have swung out differently, it would have been his. But that's the name of the game right there.
End. Yeah.
Better make sure your hater doesn't come back.
Yeah,
Right?
I hope that guy comes back. That was so funny. I read some of those messages. That was so funny. When I came up here at the end, I was literally in the middle of a sentence and I saw the message. I was reading it. And I just completely stopped talking because it distracted me. And it was so funny.
Hey,
Just
any,
unnecessary hate. I was like, oh, whatever.
any
Like, I don't care.
engagement is any engagement.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. If it was somebody I knew, it would probably bother me a little bit more if they were being serious. But some random guy, like whatever.
Hey, it's from Europe.
Yeah, EU best
EU.
best region, yeah.
Well, looks like they got like 9 minutes left. It's been 9 minutes every time after every single round here. Let's see.
So does this have all of the? Are you streaming on YouTube and Twitch?
Yeah.
This has both of them combined right here.
We're
Oh, I see. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, so we have our YouTube
That's
crowd.
cool.
So we are streaming to 3 different platforms. We have the Twitch channel for Sully's Abode. We have SGTCG, which is my YouTube channel that I do with
Oh,
Goro.
yeah.
And we are streaming to the Abode's YouTube channel as
Nice.
well. So
Cool.
As
I
long-
didn't know you could do like 2 different YouTube channels. I knew you could do Twitch and YouTube,
yeah,
but I didn't know you could do 2 YouTube at the
this
same time.
restream. It's some platform.
Oh, nice.
Able to kind of send it out to whatever channels you want. You can activate more as you want. You just got to pay for it.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, we only need 3 anyways.
We're on Sully bucks here.
You know, you can afford it, you know.
Hey,
You know, these EBO2 box prices. Yeah, you could, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
hey,
No, he's hooking it up a little
talk
bit.
to the man.
I'm just messing around.
140 a box.
That's below
Actually,
market. That's
I've been
below
seeing
market, yeah.
Gurney, Fox Valley Mall at Gurney was doing 140 a box as well. Unlimited though. It wasn't limited to just one. Johnny's
Right
always serious about your hate toward you. He got it like that.
John, yeah, honestly, there's one guy I've never worried about. It's John.
And then he sneaks packs and beats you.
I mean, not even like that. Yeah, he's good. I'm just never worried about that guy. Like, he'll beat me in the game. I'm still not worried.
Oh man. Johnny's got to come back.
All bark, no bite. Yeah, not the. Oh,
Not
hell,
Fukuro.
see, look, Simon's on your ass.
And you know what I love it is when Johnny walks around with the winner Fukuro
That's his
Don.
Dons. He
Yeah.
uses 10 of them as Dons.
The winner Fukuro Don was iconic.
2 for 99 each. That's awesome.
Oh, dude, you got a deal.
Hey, John came into my office with the smack talk.
You know what? I'm so upset that my case fell through. I had it locked in at like 1,200, which is $100
yeah,
a box.
I think I saw they're going for like 1,900 a case. So.
No, they're two. They're $2,000 a case.
Ugh, it's so.
It's
bad.
crazy, dude.
It's so unfortunate. The set is-
Everyone knows what the set is now that from the first one. We all learned our lessons.
You gotta filter this by one piece.
Let's see. All right, cool. It'll be at the top. Let's see. Yep, 2,200 right now.
Oh, 21.
21.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, it's only a couple. Yeah, it's like.
Yo, get those while
23.
you can at 2,100. Bro, what is it? They
crazy.
had the GP leader listed at 1K.
So I know someone that opened the case today, pulled the manga, did not pull the leader.
I saw one of my friends said that somebody he knows, I think somebody that owns a shop or something, opened up 6 cases and got 1 GP leader.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
Like
guaranteed in a case.
It's like crazy. The pull rates are crazy.
And you get 1 SP gold one.
One of the gold leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I was hating on those when I first saw them revealed, but I saw like
And 1 in person?
a picture that a friend took of the Lucci one,
Yeah.
and that one looks like way better than I thought. So they all probably look pretty good. There's way more foiling on them than I thought. So
You gonna pick one up?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the price, right? Like if
Those-
it's stupid,
I've-
like I don't care that much.
I've
like,
seen some of those popping off for like 200, depending
well-
on the like
well,
Bonnie.
No, I'm not doing
275 for the gold Bonnie.
that. Purple Luffy Gold Leader. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Like I was hating, like I said, so I haven't seen the like a IRL picture of that one, but I'm sure it looks nice.
The case odds are ass, especially after seeing EBO2, you getting 2 play sets of Bon Clays, and now this set you're only gonna get 1 of that secret Luffy. It's insane, and that's such an essential card coming out of this fucking case.
John, what are we playing this set?
Johnny's
Reiju. Johnny's on Reiju for sure. I've been trying to get Johnny to get back on Reiju, dude. He loves that Bonnie deck though.
fucking Calgara. That's what he was gonna play today.
What?
Yeah, he said it earlier in the chat. Calgara.
Vega has a ton of spelling errors. Yo, that deck is good.
Does Vegapunk have a ton of spelling?
I don't know.
errors? Let's see.
Vegapunk is good. It's like pretty scary.
We'll get 5 cards from the top. Play up to 1 scientist type.
I don't notice
character.
any spelling errors, but maybe that's me not knowing how to spell.
Or maybe it's because whoever
Yeah,
did
it's just the
this
online version, yeah.
spelled it right.
Yeah. Eggman has good spelling.
I guess we got to see it in person. Oh,
Carrot
the
is
gold
good into
leader.
GP. I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
The gold leader.
Oh, the gold leader.
So we got to see it in person.
Yeah. Carrot is good into GP. I'm sure it is. I mean, you just play Luna. You play a bunch of 5-cost carrots. Like,
Radio.
you know, you just
9,
lose to like. That's the problem, right? Is like all the decks that counter
GP.
GP just lose to Lucci, right? So
And then the stage is pretty much the only thing saving it from Lucci, right?
GP, yeah. Stage helps a lot, and you can go. I mean, it's kind of like RP Law matchup, like where you're going wide. You don't get to remove anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're going wide, But and then you have stage to protect stuff. So I don't know. It's pretty tough though. The Lucci, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm probably not that great at GP yet, but playing GP into Lucci's felt very tough for me.
I played it a couple times. It feels very good. There's a lot of things that can be done, especially once you establish Sanji puddings. But when you don't see the Sanji pudding, it is a fucking terrible time.
Yeah, but the thing is, you search so many times with the deck and you draw so many cards that, like, eventually you'll find it.
You'll find it, but there's ways to remove it. Or I have seen opponents do it, and you just kind of sit there.
Yeah.
You just got to avoid the Bonnies and the RG smokers.
Yeah, definitely.
Blackbeard does get a little bit better. Or
All the decks that counter GP just get cooked by B. Yeah, that's true, but
And then Liberation makes its comeback again because it is going to check original cost, which will get around the stage protecting Sanji pudding.
No, Liberation does work into GP for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that matchup, unless I like low roll as GP, like the Blackbeard matchup hasn't felt like super bad for me. But I also haven't faced like anybody that I know is like really good. I've just been messing around on Sims. So.
Yeah. I have seen a lot of lists starting to tech a lot of different ways in Blackbeard. They've seen the Laboons still being played, like how I was using them. I've seen the one-cost VV blocker as like a chump block to buy some time.
Over the Vasco shot or also with the Vasco shot?
I think it's at a 4-2 or 4-1.
What about that the VV blocker that that like triggers from life that they were playing at one point, I think?
So they don't use that one because the other one's just a one-cost checking trash for 10 cards, and it's just, a free block as well as whatever you're able to do.
Well, I think the only reason they played that other one was because it could trigger.
That was the only
literally, they
reason.
didn't play it for any. They just hoped to get the trigger.
But then that's where bid 500 million
oh
came
yeah,
into
I guess
play.
they already have that
So
line.
now there's no point in running the bid because Sanji pudding becomes a 7. I believe a 7, right? I forget.
With stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a 7 cost.
Yeah, so then bid 500 million does nothing for you anymore. So which is why I guess they're going with that approach of kind of protecting itself.
That makes sense.
Johnny's going to bring Rage for you on Friday.
Bro, that deck is really good.
I remember I played it when it first came out, and regionals I got absolutely fucking destroyed. I faced all the Sakas, the Geckos,
that was a
mirror
different time.
matches. I wanted to see
Ice
Katakuris.
Age existed then.
I was trying to find Katakuris.
It was
did
like a
not see
total
them.
black, like meta, removal meta. Like now it's like there's way less Lucci now, and like the Lucci matchup now is favored, I think, without Ice Age. So.
Well, yeah, because now you're going wide.
And the deck is way more consistent now. You have extra searcher. They get like another. Isn't there another? Oh no, it's not till 11.
The Uta.
Till 11, they
six.
get that. And 11, I just saw they get like another Reiju. It's funny. They started revealing the OP11 cards on Twitter before EBO2 is even out. It's very funny.
Yeah. Yeah, you were
That
telling me
region
every
you face
single
5
round.
Katas, yeah.
That region, I was so pissed. I talked to Johnny. He's like, I saw a Kata after I saw a Sokka, then a Gecko, then a Sokka. Finally saw my first category in round 6. I was, this is terrible here.
Yeah.
I still have it built, just haven't altered it. Although I can't use it because someone lost a sleeve here.
Oh, yeah, you were going to have to get new sleeves for that. I forgot about that. That was so funny. All pairings are up.
I was like, what's
Oh,
going
no.
on?
They had to confirm. Oh, did I not report it? Oh. Whoops. Good thing he reported. Thank you.
No, everything is in
No,
here.
he just reported for. I got the notification that he reported it.
Oh.
I didn't. I never reported.
Enter just top 5. Isn't there another one that's... I did see the other... That becomes a blocker. Is that the raid you were talking about?
I'm at table 2. Who do I got? Hey Zeus. All right. Well, I'm gonna lose to Blackbeard now.
We'll see who they want on stream right now. They've been swapping it up all day.
All right. I will come talk to you guys after I lose. Good luck, everyone.
And I will be right back. Gonna see who they're gonna put on stream real fast. are back. Actually, we are gonna see Hart on stream this time. So he's gonna be facing Jesus, who is on Blackbeard, as we've been talking about all day. I did see Jesus pick up a couple things for the deck before the locals started. I know I did see a VV in there, so we might be seeing that VV tech that we were just talking about. So yeah, we are gonna get a rematch of last week here. So let's go over to the big screens. We are gonna see Blackbeard v. Lucci once again. Oh man. So we did see last week Jesus was playing around Tashigi, which is what he did not want to see, to be able to get rid of the Burgess, which is what he was mainly playing around, especially after Hart established multiple Kuzans on the field. So we do know Hart's list for the most part, and Jesus is worried about either running into Tashigi or the Kaido. Because again, if Hart has the Kuzan established and he's running the Kaidos, he will be able to get rid of a 10 drop with just a swing here. Looks like Hart's letting the Discord know he's on stream right now. Hart's Lucci list got you going in some type of way. All right, so Hart won dice roll, Trosa goes second. Again, taking the curve away from Jesus here, which is exactly what you want to do. It is going to give him Kuzan curve, which we do see there. However, 10 drop is what you want. Let's see, looks like Jesus decided to keep. Hart potentially maybe looking for the Kuzan start here. I do know he is on Laboon as well. Looking at Jesus' hand, he does have stage, which is going to be a good turn one play here. And looks like 2 Kuzans as well. I definitely need to fix up my Blackbeard list for the EBO2 meta. However, it is just for a month. I do need my practice for it. So, Hart did reveal he did have double Kuzan. Thought about keeping it, however, decided to mulligan there. Would have been a potential good thing to try to keep. Obviously, turn 1, if he does not have the Utsu, doesn't have much of a turn. More than likely, Jesus does not pitch for ability, and we'll be able to get the draw off the Kuzan. Stream. Let me check. Not sure, Johnny. Looks like it's good for me right here. Let's see, let's just refresh this page here. So we do see a Tempest Kick cycle, just a draw. No reduction happening. There's no characters on the field. Good early on play to be able to get rid of that card to find something else. And we do see the stage pitching that BB card that we were talking about. It is the 1 cost. That will become a blocker when there is 10 cards in the trash. Twitch is tweaking. YouTube is good. Oh, that's not good for the Abode, huh? Looks like the stream is back up on Twitch. So we do see 5 with leader. We do see the Laboon established here. Jesus is more than likely going to want to get rid of this Laboon. I'm not sure if he has Black Hole to be able to answer, which we see he does not. So might end up establishing the Kuzan here, however. So we do see Hart taking the 2 life. Just trying to 1 life, but we missed the first one. So ends up using stage to pitch the auger, grabbing another Kuzan here. Kuzan is going to be very essential for Jesus, again, especially if Hart is using the Tashigis to be able to use the trash ability. So establishing the Kuzan is going to hold on to Kuzan a while. This is exactly what Jesus did last week here. And Jesus is also at 4 life himself. Oh, forgot to start the timer. Oof, we're all right, though. Okay, Twitch is back up, which is good. Your comment definitely crashed the stream, Johnny. We do see a 5K leader. Does use the ability. Reduces the Kuzan down by 1. Does not matter. Kuzan is own ability is not allowed to be removed by KO or any type of removal, so it's going to be sticking no matter what. And we do see a Rebecca grabbing a Who's Who from the trash, which is just a 2K to be able to cycle, and establishes a Brook and establishes an Uta here, which is a pretty interesting situation here. If Jesus does have Liberation, he will be able to proc and use it since Hart is 2 or more characters over than Jesus. And we do not see a Liberation there. However, we do find the Burgess. Yeah, no Liberation in hand, which is kind of unfortunate for Jesus. Would have been very great to see right there. We do see a 5K to Brook. Counters out with that Who's Who's. You don't want to try to hold on to that Brook there. Essentially, the Brook would only be good for 10 drop at this point, or let's say that Vasco shot that Jesus does have in hand. It will not work on the Burgess or the Kuzans, however. And prior to the match starting, I did bring up Jesus. He gets his redemption today, so kind of feeling a little bit of pressure because he did say if he loses again this week, he's going to be very embarrassed losing back-to-back weeks to Lucci here. So Jesus considering on swinging over the Brook here. And again, Hart does have the Rebecca to be able to counter out and save the Brook if he wanted to. So we do see the 6K at the Brook here. Is going to block with the Rebecca, which I believe was the right choice there. And we do see Kuzan ability go off. Ends up finding another Vasco shot, establishing the Burgess. And the one thing he has to play around and hope for is that Hart does not have the Tashigi in hand. Since Jesus does still have since Hart still does have the Laboon, it can reduce the Burgess down enough for Tashigi to be able to get rid of it. Jesus does use leader ability here, pitching a Vasco shot, so Hart does lose his on-play abilities this turn. However, Tashigi, I believe, is an activate main, so that will get around that on-play ability there. Yeah, so it is an activate main. So still not protected from that Tashigi. So it looks like the heart and soul of Chicago is thinking of what to do here. Oh, here you do see the reduction here with the Uta, bringing the Burgess down to a 2 cost. Steezy, thank you for the follow here. So we are going to see a 5K to lead, reducing the Burgess down another 1, bringing it down to a 1 cost currently. The leader swing will also reduce the Burgess down to a 0, and Tashigi will be able to get rid of the Burgess if he does have Tashigi in hand currently. Looks like Hart is opting to save the Laboon instead of being able to use the ability right now. Probably waiting for 10 drop. And we still have about 21 minutes left in the round before overtime, so we are just going to go off of standard time, whatever they're at. Actually, I can just adjust this. Yeah, just load that up. No. Here. It's essentially what the time is for the rest of the people here, so they'll be on the same time. So leader ability is active. Hart was about to play something else. However, again, he's gonna have to play around that. Jesus down to 4 cards in hand, which is kind of where you want Blackbeard to be at. Six the leader there. Jesus does take it. Reducing the Burgess down. Another 1 cost in range for that Tashiki if he does have it. And there is that Tashigi getting rid of the Burgess there. Jesus does have that other Kuzan to be able to bring the Burgess back, however. There is a chance that Hart does have another Tashigi in hand as well. So swinging at the 6K at the Brook once again. Ends up clearing the Brook. Will he swing over the Laboon? Oh, we do see Liberation getting rid of Tashigi and the Laboon. And he'll be able to swing over the Uta with the Kuzan that he currently has on the field as well. And then could use ability to be able to bring that Burgess back as well. So he might pitch. Yep, pitching the burger there. Probably looking for 10 drop. So ends up finding another Burgess there. Unfortunately, only 2 Don. Is gonna opt. Yep, so it's gonna swing 7 at the Uta. Using the card, maybe swinging. Oh man, if you would have saw that, Myra would have been very good there. So pitches a Burgess, holds on to the Kuzan, which is a good choice because next turn he will be able to establish that Kuzan and bring a Burgess back out once again. Especially if Hart is able to find a way to get rid of the burger that's on the field currently. So Jesus is a little smack talk going on, saying Hart is looking for that Kaido. He's running a 1-of in the deck is what he just announced here. So Hart trying to figure out exactly how to go about it here. I don't see what he has in his hand currently. So we do see a Lucci. Looks like double Lucci, I think is what I just saw in his hand there. If Hart has another Laboon and another Tashi, we'll be able to get rid of this Burgess, which is ultimately best case scenario here, but obviously it looks like Hart does not have that. We do see double Lucci and cannot make out the rest of what he has there, but could potentially opt to go wide as well. We do see a 5K swing, milling a Brook and a 1-legged toy soldier. Jesus takes it, finding a Lafitte in life there. So, surprised, I don't think I've seen a 10 drop. Just kind of crazy. For the amount of searching that Blackbeard can do, there are times where you just cannot find the card you need. Oh, there's another Laboon there, and is gonna establish, what is that? Lucci. Did not see the Lucci next to the Laboon there. So it looks like he's opting to swing or go wide. Could possibly establish another Uta. Is that what he might be considering here? Hart decides to pass turn there. Passes it over to Jesus. I think I just saw a black hole. Yep, does have a black hole in hand, which will be able to remove either one of these cards here that um, Hart has on the field. And we do see another VV and finds another Lafitte here. Could opt to black hole the Laboon to get rid of that reduction on Hart's side of the field. So Hart ends up countering out of that. Oh, he does have a 10 drop in the trash. I just noticed it. So 8K swing from Burgess there connects to life. My era's potentially going to be digging for something here. I think my era would have been a little better prior just to be able to swing for 9K with the Burgess. However, I mean, it still works. Ends up grabbing a stronger there, which is a 2K. So Burgess is now a 9K after that search. And he's being set up pretty good here. Kuzan to Burgess, drawing another card. And into another black hole. And again, can use the black hole to be able to remove the Laboon. Yep, so Jesus is essentially finding all the pieces that he needs. Might opt to pitch the Lafitte potentially. That I think keeping up, holding on to that black hole is going to be the best option there, especially if Hart establishes another Laboon or another Kuzan. You know, you want to get rid of that reduction. Take it away from Hart, especially if you're going to establish a 10 drop. Although 10 drop can stun it. I mean, that really wouldn't get in the way of it. So Hart in a pretty rough spot here. Only has that Lucci currently on the field. Jesus 4 cards in hand. Could opt to try to swing over the Burgess. However, that would take out too much Don, which is not worth it. You're essentially going to hope to find that Tashigi to get rid of it. But yeah, it looks like 2 cards away from the Burgess is becoming a 10K. Jesus is setting up exactly how he wants to. Only thing he needs at this point is a 10 drop Blackbeard, and that would essentially most likely lock down the game for him. And now taking away the on play from Hart as well puts him in a situation where he can't Rebecca back to Tashigi from the trash if that was his only one. Hart trying to see how he can buy himself one more turn to be able to survive. So starting off with a 6K swing with the Lucci here, and he's going to pitch that stronger 2K that he does have. He's just sitting on a, 2 more 2Ks. We knew he had a decent amount of counter there. 7K to leader is going to force him to be able to take that. Maybe potentially swinging 7 with that Lucci would have been good as well, but might be opting to, play 2 4 drops, which is why he opted not to. So it does have the Rebecca for a blocker. Lucci, so in case if Jesus does establish a 10 drop, we'll at least be able to swing with one other one. However, we know he does have finger pistol and black hole. Still no 10 drop. Maybe Jesus is 1 10 drops in life currently. Or I have seen a lot of Blackbeard lists lately starting to cut the Blackbeards down. They're not really running it at a 4 of as of late, which is also a very interesting take. So the Burgess are now 10K stat lines currently. He could black hole the Rebecca to force clear the Lucci as well. We do know Jesus has 2 forms of removal in hand. Yep, so there goes the finger pistol on the Rebecca, which is going to get Burgess closer to that 11K stat line there. Looks like he's opting to swing 7K with leader, or might Lafitte search. Also, there is that Lafitte search possibility. Yeah, so could Lafitte search, potentially find 10 drop Blackbeard. Looks like he's opting to swing 7 instead at life. Yep, and then black hole the last Lucci. So instead, completely removing Hart's board here and swinging one more time at life. So Pitching Lafitte, no on plays currently. Hart should have 3 cards in hand after, looks like 4. Oh. And Hart concedes there was no way around. There goes the 10 drop. Stuck together and 1 in life. So Jesus ended up getting the redemption this week. So congrats to Jesus going on to the finals. So going back over to us. So very interesting match. Hart just kind of looks like wouldn't say ran out of gas, just didn't have the pieces to be able to continue to remove how he would have liked. Obviously, Burgess not being able to be KO'd by effects makes a big part of that. So you're really just relying on that Tashigi for the activate main trash 1 character there. So kind of rough there. Let's see who's in the other bracket. So looks like we are gonna see Shanks. Shanks looks like won the other undefeated there. So we are gonna see Blackbeard versus Shanks in the finals. Let's see here. Yeah, hey. Oh no. Yeah, Ben's jamming. It's been a minute since we've seen him on stream as well. And then that's going to be an interesting matchup because, again, Shanks matchups come down to whether or not they are playing the Control Shanks or not. So Control Shanks more than likely loses to Blackbeard. However, if they're playing a more aggro approach like Quan Lee's list, it can be a little rough, especially if they see the Dream Luffys to, the Dragons to 10 drop and just rush all day. Can be a little crazy. Can be a little crazy, can be a little rough. So it is what it is. Welcome back.
What's up?
How did that match go?
I mean, we saw what happened.
This time, looks like only being able to see that one Tashi kind of.
I think the
Rough.
problem, honestly, like, even though he didn't have 10 cost, he had like
Burgess.
he had it was the Kuzans, right? Because he kept it was just too many Kuzans because he kept up the hand advantage. I knew he was going to bring back the Burgess that I got rid of, but it was just like I think he played a total of 3 Burgesses, but every one was off of a Kuzan every time, so
3
it just drew
Burgess.
him an extra card every time. And then like I needed him not to have the
Liberation.
yeah, he had like the removal a bunch of times too, so I don't, it's like whatever. He didn't see 10 cost, so it's like
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. If he was able to establish the 10 drop, it would have more than likely secured the game for Jesus.
oh
there.
yeah, I thought I had a chance whenever he didn't have that, but I don't know. He kind of saw everything else, but I mean, I drew relatively well also, so I can't.
Yeah, him being able to see the black hole liberation and then the finger pistol on top of it. So
Did he have? He played 2 black holes on that turn, right?
No, he played a black hole finger
And a
pistol.
black hole finger pistol. It was
The turn prior
It was 2 black holes. It was
It was.
Was the turn before liberation
it
and
was,
finger pistol?
It was liberation.
And then the next turn,
Then the next turn was 1 black
hole, and then the
it
next
was
turn
black
was
hole finger pistol.
So it was kind of
it's just one of those matches.
like I was in a spot there where I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna lose because I had 2K1 in hand. So I was like, I could lose if he pops, but I didn't think he would also have a pop for the other Lucci.
Yeah, he drew into it.
Yeah, so
It's just one of those where Blackbeard sees all those removal events when they need to.
yeah. No, I thought maybe he was playing less of the black holes. He didn't search any of them either, so I don't know. Like it's an unfavorable matchup. So.
Yeah, finger pistol being the only card that's unsearchable there. Black hole can be found whenever they deem it worthy. Like I need this here.
I lost Simon. It was pretty close. I think it was pretty close. He didn't see 10 drop.
Yeah, no 10 drop. The deciding factor was being able to remove consistently back to back.
Yeah,
3
it was.
turns.
Yeah, it was a lot of removal events, which was kind of annoying. I
And
had to hope because I'm only playing 1 Kaido right now, anyways. So I had to hope to find a Kaido or hope that he didn't just have a bunch of consistent removal. But
How many Tashigis are you on?
2.
2 Tashigis. So
But I mean, like I almost kept my first hand just because I had
double Kuzan.
I had double Kuzan. What? For what? Wait, sorry, what? Like the brick? I don't have one. No.
No. No brick here, dog. There's
Um,
one brick somewhere else, though.
Yeah, I considered the first hand just because it was double Kuzan, just because I'd get the draw twice. Even though I didn't have a Tashigi or Kaido or even a Jack. I didn't get to play my Jack either, but I
That's
considered
so
keeping
accurate,
it.
man.
I considered keeping the first hand just because I get to go Kuzan and draw 2 extra cards, and it kind
Yeah.
of, like, hopefully it stops him from playing stuff, but whatever. Have I seen the Gecko list? I tried that Gecko list that topped. I didn't like it, really, honestly.
It also comes down to what they see up their bracket, because it could be a very favored bracket on the
Yeah.
way up.
I think I don't know. There might be a way to build it. I just mainly I didn't like the 9-drop Kaidos in that deck. I thought it would be better if they just played. I mean, I didn't play it very much. I only played against the purple Luffy, so the Kaidos aren't going to be good in that matchup anyways. But I played it for like an hour or so just against the Luffy, and I don't know. I thought that the 6-cost Sakazukis were like pretty good. That was my initial impression. Isho is
Isho
better,
is
and
good.
Gecko.
You get
I've
that
never really
on
been a fan
play-
of it.
On play trash, and then the Don -3.
Because like what matchup right now is Isho favored into? I guess like Bonnie, but like Moria's probably favored into Bonnie anyways without it.
Yeah, you get all the
Um,
removal.
So I don't know. The 6-cost Sokka, like I think if I was playing Moria, I would probably try to play at least 3 of that card.
You know what I want to see? I want to see promo Sakazuki.
Promo Sokka, you could do some cool stuff with that. Well, not anymore because you can't play Moria, but you
Yeah.
could do like. You could do something where you play like 9-cost Sanji into Moria and do like a stupid Moria play.
Damn, it's so dumb.
But I mean, the deck is just like ass. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the way to do it would just be like you basically played as like a vanilla leader, but you just get to abuse the combo,
Yeah.
the color combo.
It's such a. I mean, now you got Usopp, but
Okay, Isho might be better than Kaido. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. Isho might be better than Kaido in the Gecko deck. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I've just never. Isho's always just been like an okay card to me because unless you have something set up beforehand, you're not like impacting the board that turn. And Lucci typically.
it
You're
is very
typically just like removing
situational.
stuff every turn, right? So like having to take a turn off for that isn't my favorite.
That new Sengoku
What's
is
the
gonna
new
bring
Sengoku?
back Smoker. It's essentially like a Moria.
Oh,
for
the 7
Navy.
cost, the 7 cost. Yeah, that
Yeah.
card's cool. That card's cool.
Bring back a Navy, and
And
it's
it's
a blocker.
No, I forgot that it was a blocker. I was messing around on Sim and I had one in a Lucci list, and I played like Sengoku Kuzan,
Kuzan.
and I was like, oh wait, I have a 7K blocker now. Like this Kuzan's not
Yeah.
gonna die. Like this is sick, dude.
Yep. It's the new mini Moria. For
Yeah, no,
black.
I mean they're adding like a lot. They're doing that. They just revealed that 8-cost Dragon card also, so it's funny. New Kuzan leader 9-cost Sanji into an 8-cost Guard into 8-cost Aramaki. Yo, Ryoma carries. Yeah, it does. Yeah, Ryoma is definitely the strat with Moria. You kind of abuse like Ryuma and Perona just to destroy your opponent's hand. I think is the way to do it.
They've
Which is
been-
like very different from how I used to play it. So maybe that's why I didn't like the list because I'm trying to play it the way I used to instead of really adapting.
And they have that other Ryuma too, the double attack.
That's the one he was talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, you play. So basically, like you want to go like this on either. You probably want to go like this on 3, and then the next turn you can either play Perona. So on 3 down you play Ryuma, and then on 5 you can put a Don on it and swing 7. All right, Simon, let's relax.
That was
No,
the
so-
brick I was telling Sully we had.
Yeah. No, so then you swing 7 with Ryuma, and they either take a 7K double attack after probably taking the first attack that you swung with the Moria. So then they're going to go down to 2 life. If they take it, you get to play Perona with Gecko Swing and rip their hand for another
yeah.
card.
And then double.
Or if they counter out of it, they probably don't get the Perona rip, so you just play 4-drop Kuzan and swing 5. And then, like, you're in a pretty good spot. That was, like, I had the first couple turns mapped out. I figured out that part. Like, that seemed, like, pretty cool. It was just once I got to late game.
That koala is crazy, especially with the Bartholomew Kuma and Dragon reveals.
Yeah.
That
no,
dragon
grab Kuma.
Kuma.
Oh. Yeah,
you're,
that's cool.
you're healing with the Kuma. It gets removed. Your healing. Your Dragon. If it's a mirror match, you lose a life, but you heal it back. But you're essentially drawing a card from
Yeah.
life,
No,
and then it
that's-
gets removed, and you're drawing again.
That deck's cool. I want to play, I definitely want to play the Kuzan deck. And the Koala seems pretty cool, too.
Oh, the OP12 Kuzan.
Yeah.
That thing,
I hope there's some like busted support for it
Oh, they
because
don't
it
have
seems
it yet.
yeah it's not even in Eggman yet, but it seems like really really cool. So
I've been waiting for a Kuzan leader. I was hoping it was blue-black,
yeah,
just like
nah.
Sakazuki.
Well, no, they knew they couldn't do that, right? Because one, it'd be like Sakazuki, and then two, like once you saw the leader effect, you play out the one-drop Sakazuki or one-drop Sengoku, draw 5 cards. Like,
Oh, yeah.
come on, like
Sakazuki, trash. You're bringing back the Saka and Kobe's back, and then because you could just get the draw off the trash,
yeah, no,
which
that,
was the big drawback to those
yeah,
cards.
that would be super broken. So
I just needed a little bit of that in my
they
life.
knew they couldn't do that.
Well, there's a lot of things they know they shouldn't do, and they do. Sengoku is a blocker, yeah, Goro. It's going to be a 7/7 blocker, brings back a 4
Yeah, Simon, that card
cost.
is cool as hell. That card is really cool.
But it's
Yo,
an
Simon's
EBO
about to bring
too.
back Black Luffy, bro.
Hey, the
Like the bad one, not even
starter
the
8.
good, not even the good one. Starter 8 Luffy, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, honestly, the one that the European guys cooked, I didn't even like that deck very much either.
I like that one. I liked it a lot. That's the one I won my store regional with.
Oh, we got an announcement.
We have
from
an
Jordan.
announcement for the store.
Jordan loves to take charge.
Yeah, it's an EBO2, Simon. It's definitely going to be a pickup for black. Especially Lucci. I mean, you can use it in Lucci for the Kuzans, but Smoker, that's what it needed.
You
How
want
you
to take your
doing?
spot back?
You winning? There you go, dog. You could have went all the way. Ah, that was just unfortunate. Johnny says we need you back on Red Green Law. You know, today, round 1, there was a Red Green Law.
Really?
Red Green Law versus Buggy.
Oh, I see. It's got like a screenshot over here on the
Oh,
screen
yeah.
still. Yeah.
This is just.
Red Green Law. I don't.
It was pretty bad once Ezekiel established the promo Buggies.
Oh yeah, that's like a terrible match. That's like the worst. That's probably the worst matchup. Dude.
Yeah, I was like, this is unfortunate. So baby steps.
6 cost Hawkins. Yeah. I probably wouldn't be using 6 cost.
Double
Hawkins.
Nami Searcher, red.
And the new green one, yeah. That is cool. No, Red Green Law, like, I don't know. That's one of those decks that people, like, it's always like, if somebody's really good at it, they can cook.
Oh, the
'cause
EBO
there's that
too.
guy in EU that, like, won a tournament, like, pretty recently. Or not pretty recently, like, late, like, way after the deck was, like, dead. I can't remember what set it was. Maybe, like, 2 sets ago or something.
Oh, I remember. What you're talking about.
That was crazy. Like, that was crazy then. But, like, people still cook.
Hey, dog. It takes
Halfway through every set,
commitment.
yeah, because I mean the leader effect is like pretty good, and if like I mean the problem is that like there's removal decks around right now. Like Lucci is super prevalent. That's the word. Super relevant, and
That was like relevant. Blackbeard takes away the on plays.
yeah. So it's like pretty annoying, but it like the problem has always been like removal decks. But the thing is, even if you're taking away on plays, with black, because they have liberation. Like, you can go wide, so you can still poke 5s a bunch of times. And you can still use your leader effect to shambles, you just don't get these, like, the law effect.
Yeah, and that was the big thing they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I guess you get the shambles of Zoro back
Yeah.
every time, but once they pick apart that board, you kind of just sit there.
Yeah. Yeah, and, what's it called? Docu probably cooks. Top 32 with that loot. Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's on a delay right now.
Oh, yeah, he is delayed.
Just barely seen that Luffy comment. I did win a store regional with Starter 14.
Simon,
Luffy,
in 10
though.
minutes, whenever you see this, let us know. You won that? You won a store regional with that deck?
With not
The
the starter
SC14,
8 one.
SC14,
Yeah,
yeah.
starter 14. I did win a regional.
I've seen
with.
that deck is people have been messing with that.
In 11.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that. Amadeus Demise was telling me about it.
Oh, yeah?
They're cooking with the list, makes itself a 6K leader, being able to poke. Here comes that announcement.
What?
Oh, this is going to be his announcement.
Oh, EB. Oh, EBO2 for that big tournament next week.
Mm-hmm. A lot on the line for the
Sully
winners
talking
league
about
here.
his big fat package.
I don't think it's that big.
No comment. No comment.
Hey, he wears the joggers.
Holy shit.
Who puts us on stream?
Yeah, like, bro, they gotta.
Why am I here
remove us from
weekly
the stream,
sometime?
man. Holy shit. Bro said he wears sweatpants.
Essentially, the announcement was that 75% of the pricing of league is going to be part of the winners league. So you are going to see the winners league, the controllers over there somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, just rewind it.
I just paused it. Now I can rewind.
So 75% of the pot is essentially you get a pack per head being added to the pot, and then at the end of league, it gets split amongst the top 10 players in the league. So majority of that pricing is going to be moved to the winners league to basically incentivize you to try to make the league. And not only that, Sully is going to match that as well. And
Heart
then-
is my inspiration for. All right, John. Relax.
You said
Bro, John, you been
relax.
playing Expedition 33? That seems like it's up your alley. That game's fun.
You know what I've been playing? Repo.
What's Repo?
It's such a stupid game.
Oh.
It's
There's
like
one more. There's one more week of league, and then so like 10 days from now is the
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 winners
tournament, and then there's like the on Saturday. There's like the if you didn't qualify for the winners one on Sunday, you can play in the Saturday one to qualify for Sunday.
League. I think top 12 get
Top
into
12
It.
from Saturday make it to Sunday.
So
It's like
Simon,
if you
you're
so
trying
then,
to
and
get
then if
in.
you won a week of league, which is you're gonna be 8 wins, 8 league winners, and then if you got top 10 in league, you're automatically in, and then 12 people from the Saturday tournament get in. And then we have our last round up. Let's see, do I face
Last
Jordan? Did Jordan
round
win or lose?
is no, Jordan lost.
Oh my god.
Jordan lost to Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh, you do got Jordan.
Yeah, it's terrible, dude. I signed up to get cooked the last 2 rounds.
Hey, dog.
I'll be back fast.
That's why we're here. Yeah, Simon, so you got next week to be able to win, to be able to qualify, and then as well as Saturday, if you can wake up for Saturday. I believe it starts at 12. Top 12 get into it. That one's not a single Elam bracket, so it is going to be off of placements to be able to qualify. So it's better than the single Elam. Winners League is single Elam. Once you lose, you are out. There's only going to be one winner as well, I believe it said. I think, yeah, something like that. I do believe there is going to be Manamoon, I think, is sponsoring it as well. So I believe there is going to be some potential prizing getting prized out as far as equipment product. Oh, man. I believe in you, Johnny. If there's one person that I know that can go into a tournament and win, it's you. I've been knocked out of Top Cut by you once. All right, well, let's kick it over to the players here. We do have Ben's jamming on the left. Oh, let me update it. And we have Jesus on the right here currently. What up, dog? Tell them to put their headphones on. Benjamin is an anti-headphone user. Don't want to mess up that beautiful hairstyle. Hey, dog. He's trying to look majestic at all times. Ben, this is the first time I think I've seen Ben in the finals here. So we are going to see. Let me load up their time clock, though. Let's kick it over to the other screen here. So we do got the Blackbeard versus Shanks matchup here. Who you guys think is going to win? So Jesus one dice roll, Trosa goes second here. Jesus is keeping his first hand. I think it comes down to the type of Shanks deck that is being played. If it's control Shanks, yeah, it's going to be a bad matchup. I do know there's the Rush variant that does a little bit better. Benjamin 69. So we open up a stage, which is pretty much the best opening there for Jesus. And you do see him pitch a 10 drop, which very early on it's pretty good to do. You want to find the Burgess, which is exactly what Jesus just found. However, you are going to want to see the 10 drop for late game. However, you don't really essentially need it. You don't need all of them right away. So being able to find your other pieces is what you're going to be able to do here. However, Jesus does already have one in hand. So ends up finding the 2K Shiryu there. Still has 2 Dawn left. Can swing 6K. Also still has Stage Search here. Maybe Stage Search potentially find another My Arrow Begins. So ends up pitching that 2K that he just found there. Looking for Kuzan probably. Yep, there's the Kuzan that he was digging for. We'll be able to Kuzan the Burgess, which is what he's trying to build trash for currently. So ends up using leader ability in 2K and sing 6 to the Blackbeard. Jesus does take it. This is redemption for Jesus here. He's been close many times to be able to get to the Winners League here. So we are going to see 5K swing to see if Ben will use leader ability, and he does opt to. Is going to pitch, I believe, Burgess for stage. Looks like I think that might be the option here since he does have the Kuzan on the field currently. And we see a 10 drop and Kuzan. So Kuzan, 10 drop, and I don't know, a finger pistol looks like. So again, Kuzan is going to be very good in the matchup. You don't have to use your on-play discard ability because Ben Beckman will not be able to remove Kuzan. So we do see the Sanji swinging 6K at Jesus, countering out a 2K. Another 6K from leader. Does Jesus use that 2K in hand or take it to see what he has? Opts to counter out. And here comes the Dream Luffy swinging another 7 here. And this is the card I was talking about here that is very troublesome. Can be very troublesome. So swings 5K at the Sanji. Ben could protect it using leader ability, reducing it down and giving a 2K. However, he still does have that Kuzan swing as well. So opts to use stage pitch in the black hole. Looks like he's digging for some type of option here. Looks like Burgess. So we do see Burgess has, or Jesus has, I believe, 3 Burgess at this point. So could possibly, I don't know, I think he's at 7 Dawn. So it does use leader effect, reducing the Kuzan. He's just declared it himself. Does get the draw off the Kuzan. Will Lafitte search here, digging for another card. Maybe looking for another Kuzan. Finds a Vasco shot, no Kuzan there. Could, however, establish another Burgess if he wanted to. Oh no, he does have a Kuzan in hand. This is why he's the GOAT. Is probably gonna maybe. So is gonna use the on-play ability here to pitch a Burgess, maybe even grab the Burgess right now. Yep. Ends up grabbing the Burgess, getting a draw off, and I believe ends up drawing into that VV, which is that tech card that Blackbeard is starting to run. I've seen a lot of lists using it. Becomes a blocker with 10 cards in the trash, which Jesus is currently at. 6 cards in hand, 8 Dawn, currently 8 down for bench jamming here. So Ben is considering swinging at the left feet, yep, which is a good choice to swing at since Jesus would not be at 10 drop next turn. So ends up establishing Dragon, does swing 7 with the Dream Luffy since it is attaching a Don to itself on attack. Jesus more than likely going to defend this swing because Dragon will not be able to be protected. Too big of a swing to be able to protect, in my opinion. And look like he's opting on whether to pitch that other Burgess that he does have in his hand or not. And Ben still has 6 cards in hand here. And all of his life, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Jesus takes both swings. And the triggering of My Arrow begins. We do see a Blackbeard, and he ends up grabbing the Blackbeard as well. So you're going to have to find a way to deal with the Dragon this turn. 9 cards in hand for Jesus there. So we do know he has the Vasco. We do know he has the VV blocker. So that's probably why he's not too worried about taking a lot of these swings. We do see the Finger Pistol, which would be a good thing to hold on to get rid of the Dream Luffy. Liberation is essentially useless, which is at this point. So it's a good pitch right there. We do see a Maya Era. Possibly he's going to try to map out the turn to see if he can use that Maya Era at all. Let's see what Jesus chooses here. Yeah, look, he's considering between the Maera and possibly the Kuzan. Yeah, it looks like he's going for Maera. So yeah, Maera to continue to dig deeper, build the Burgess up. Good option. Oh, and a whiff off the Maera. Holy moly. So Maera cannot search itself, which is what causes that search to be a whiff. So Jesus regretting not grabbing that Kuzan, I believe was his other choice that he was considering to at least yank a body back from the trash. Pitching these 2 VVs, we do know now that he's kind of low on the blocker side of things. Pitches the Finger Pistol there. 10k swing to the Luffy here. Even leader ability, I don't think it's worth it. Maybe worth getting rid of essentially making it a pseudo blocker for a turn. But I don't think it's worth dumping that many cards in Ben's hand here. Looks like Ben is considering on actually saving it here. 10k, Luffy is a 6, brings it down to a 9. Yep, looks like he's an opt to let it go. Let's say it would have been 2-2ks, but at that point, you're better off just protecting the Dragon. You're good on taking a couple life at this point, late in the game. Still sitting good on life. He's going to opt to swing 5 at life here. Ben could use leader ability still to at least get a free block out of that swing there. And again, he is bringing up the Dragon here because he could choose to use the reduction on the Burgess. However, he could do it and take the life if he really wanted to. $11k to the Dragon here, and this is probably what Ben was trying to avoid here. But he's going to drop 2 2Ks and a 1K as well. And a VV. So 3 Burgess on the field. 2 blockers. If Ben establishes a 10-drop Shanks, we do know Jesus at least should have a 1K in hand to be able to get out of that swing. So you got 4, so Burgesses are 9, so Burgesses are 10. 4 cards in hand. We do see a 1K and a 2K. So again, if Ben establishes a 10 drop, he does have the 2 blockers to protect it. And right here, he might be giving up the VV blocker. I think that'd be the best choice here. Blocking with the VV or the Vasco to be able to protect life here. Next turn, establish 10 drop. Stun the 10 drop Shanks if that's what Benz decides to do here. Yep, so Vasco ends up happening. Looks like Ben's considering on doing the 10 drop here. Maybe he's got the Roger in hand. Three cards in hand for Jesus. Pretty rough spot here. So we do see the wanted Shanks poster in Ben's hand, but he's considering on going wide so that in case Jesus does establish the 10 drop, we'll not be able to just stun the big body. He's just letting him know where he's at right now. So obstacle 12 ends up giving him that last VV blocker and passes over to Jesus. And again, at this point, this 10 drop is just going to get slammed here. So the feet, Burgesses are now in 11K currently. So 10 drop is going to stun the Shanks and leader ability, which now Burgess will be able to swing into this dragon and potentially clear it. Because now it's going to require Ben to give up 3 cards to even keep it. Yep, opts to let that go. Swinging 5. Now we're going to start dwindling the Shanks hand here. Ben deciding whether to counter or not. Let's see, it takes 2 life there. Again, Jesus in a pretty decent spot. 10 drop Shanks is stunned, has the blocker, 10 drop. If Ben establishes another 10 drop Shanks, at best, Jesus has to figure out whether he protects the 10 drop with the 2K or not. And here comes the 5K out leader, gives up the 2K in hand. And looks like he did not leader ability as well. So Benjamin does have on plays ability, which we are going to see here. Establishing that blocker Rayleigh. So Ben is able to filter out his hand here with that Rayleigh. And Jesus next turn is going to establish that other 10 drop as well that we know he has in his hand. And of course, after turn passes, the best thing to stun here is the 10 drop Shanks. Might establish another blocker here. So looking to see what he could play here. We do see that he has the blocker chopper in hand, which could at least attempt to wall up with the Rayleigh and that chopper. However, these Burgess are more than likely just going to swing right over the cards. And leaving one Don up, which could be a potential divine departure. So pass his turn over to Jesus here. We do know that other 10 drop is in hand, which is going to be the play here. 10 drop Shanks, or 10 drop Blackbeard, stunning the Shanks, and might be good with not pitching for leader ability again with the 2-2Ks in hand. So Jesus trying to map out the turn here, deciding whether or not pitching for ability is going to be worth it. Because he's taking into consideration a potential dragon play that can happen next turn. So we do see the 5 to leader here. And here come the Burgess swings. At this point, I feel like this is probably the best thing to not swing into life, especially if a potential Goldie Roger is on the table. And Jesus is just opting to go for it here. Again, Roger can have the alternate win con of your opponent not being able to activate a blocker, and you would win if any one of you or your opponent is at 0. So Jesus taking the risk on not using a leader ability here. Debating on, or considering if Ben has a dragon here. However, Ben is announcing on that he does have a Dream Luffy, which could give him somewhat of an extra swing. However, there is 2 swings, 3 potential swings on Ben's side here. With that Luffy is 4. Needs to be able to get around 2 blockers and 2 life. However, again, we know Jesus has 2 2Ks in hand as well, so he is sitting pretty good right now. Yeah, math isn't really mathing out here for Ben here. Dream Luffy will be a 5, 6. And that is game. Ben asked if he had a 2K and he would just give it over, which Jesus did have there. So Jesus ends up taking the W this week. Redemption from last week. So congrats for Jesus there. So coming back from the loss of last week in the finals, taking the W, getting redemption against Hart, and now earns his way into the Winners League. And not this upcoming Sunday, but the one after on the 18th. So also, it's going to take home almost a box. 29 people at locals today, so he is still going to get prized out very well. Majority of the time, probably going to take home at least 20, or I don't know, probably 17, 18 packs, which, hey, that's free packs right there. So Blackbeard takes another locals win here at the Abode. Actually, I believe there has been 4 Blackbeards that have won locals for league. It was Wise Guy, Jesus this week. We had DJ Arctic Panda, I believe. I won with Blackbeard. We have Lucci last week. What else won? I believe a Shanks won as well. So, brag, looks like there's a lot of black raining over here at at the Abode. Once again, congrats to Jesus. That is the end of locals here for today. As always, if you guys want to tune into the content every Wednesday, locals are supposed to fire off at 6. They never do, but make sure you guys follow the Twitch channel at Sully's Abode. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, SGTCG. We stream the matches on there as well as my own content. Selfless plug. Definitely tune in for next week's Saturday. There's going to be the Losers League, and the following Sunday as well as the Winners League, as we've been talking about. Also, other than Wednesday locals for streaming, there is going to be the Treasure Cups that are on the 24th and 25th, I believe. So definitely follow the channel, tune in, to see more of the Abode locals and see how it goes around here. And without further ado, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.